right, stakers, what's good? What's happening? Welcome back. Thursday night, ready to get things moving and grooving, rolling right along. About 10 minutes here we have to talk about our first game of the night, as well as preview what we've got as far as the entirety of our schedule is going to look like. So why don't we do that? Why don't we get right into the gist of what we can come to expect from this Thursday evening as we have our 5 matches settled and scattered. It's Nate and Jared to kick it all off. I think that one is probably, in my opinion, going to be the best game of the night if I had to guess out of all of these, but a close second comes in the follow-up game between Frizzy and Laboom, another team I think that, or a set of teams rather, that has a pretty close spread as far as individuals are concerned. And beyond that, we've got Trick and Louie, Caker versus Slump, and FusiioN versus Empathy. Now, for those of you who are either new to staking for CS2 or maybe just perhaps haven't been paying attention in recent history, we do have some numbers that we can run down using the tail of the tape thanks to the beautiful people over at 1v1me's graphics design team that have created for us a little bit of a template to get a good idea as to what these matchups are really going to look like. So without further ado, we are going to be jumping into that for our first game of the night. Nate and Jared keep this one, ladies and gents, number 10 and number 9 as far as the season is concerned, both rosters at 11 wins. So whoever wins this one surpasses the other, as well as maybe takes in the top spot closer to playoffs and maybe even actually sneaking across the line and into the top 8 to where they would be in contention for it. 7 losses for Team Nate, 5 for Team Jared, but despite that, you can see that there is still a pretty significant difference in the numbers game as far as the shooters are concerned, at a 1.4 KD for both Jared and Crisp across their team, and a 65% first blood, both of which being that greater than Nate and Cameron have yet to post in the season so far. So in that, we have maybe time to get a little bit of nuance as far as that's concerned and see that you guys can have your stakes placed down in one way or the other. So if we're talking about who will win, predominantly it would have to be Jared. It would have to be him and Crisp, because they have not only the head-to-head win, but all those numbers I'd mentioned moments ago. If we're talking about the first blood, also predominantly taking in majority of those first fights are Jared and Crisp as well. So I mean, it really only just reads that they are in the driver's seat for this game. It's theirs to lose if we're talking about the odds, whilst Nate and Cameron have gotten a little bit better over recent history in their matchups, though it needs to be said. It can't be, shied away from the fact that they're still finding victories pretty consistently, regularly. It's 3 out of the last 5 for them, but it's 4 out of the last 5 for Jared and Crisp. So that is an interesting tidbit, I think, but 54% first bloods is also nothing to knock at. So if you guys are feeling frisky, you can definitely jump on into that one and try and make something of the stakes that we have for that. So the super stakes you guys can do at your own discretion. You can check what you really feel in your hearts, and I think that personally I would probably end up sticking with that's actually kind of tough. I'd probably end up sticking with Jared for first blood. That's probably where I would go for. Not even just Team Jared, but specifically Jared himself, I think is a pretty good comm. As far as the game is concerned and the scoreline, if you're looking to super stake on the win series, then I'm also looking down the stretch of a decently long game, like a 9-5, I would say, for Jared and Crisp, maybe a 9-6 if Nate and Cam come into it on a good day. I think they could also flip that scoreline on the alternative. So if you're looking for a spread, I would probably maybe even go for a 2-2 pairing pick. So that's up to you guys. So use that information as you will, as we will get ourselves the interviews going for our first game of the night in just a moment. I love having these guys on and having a little bit of a yap session with them, so I can only assume you guys are also pretty fond of that to get a good understanding of the players that you're even putting your money on the line for. Take a peep as to what you guys have so far as Team Jared. Pretty highly recommended and rated at 1.32 now, shifting ever so slightly. Nobody jumping in on the first blood whatsoever yet. A little bit of a fear on that front. Don't worry, I'm not staking. And then for the matchups that you guys have for the win score, 9-3 is the highest placed stake right now for Team Jared. I think that's a little bit steep. The next closest looks to be 9-5 as you take a little bit of my advice there, trying to really think that this game might not be an absolute blowout. 9-3 I think is a little steep personally. I think that's a little bit much. Tonight's Celsius is the Sparkling Berry. It's a banger pick. It's very, very good. So what do you guys got for me? Any yappers in chat? Any talkers? See a lot of staking and not a lot of speaking. Usually you guys are a little bit more awake. I mean, chop chop. Let's get it moving and get the brain waves flowing. What's going on? Good evening. I mean, never this dead. Damn. There's the first blood needle finally starting to move. It looks like somebody's also gone in on Jared to some extent. Not bad. Let's see what some of our highest staking numbers are here. We got $10, 25, 25, 25, 25. Going once. 70 staked on Jared. A hundo slap down onto Nate. There's our biggest staker, pardon me. Predominantly, that will probably, I imagine, be the highest one that we'll see for quite some time here, at least on the beginnings of the night. What's up, Speedo Tony? What's good, Big Country 34? How you doing? How's it home? Hanging? And they're ready for a dragon. Hello. What's going on, team? Good evening.
What up?
Nothing much. Well, guys, we have a game here that I think is going to be one where you have a pretty decent hold on Nate and Cameron in terms of the numbers game. I mean, you have everything going in your favor as far as first bloods, your team's KD ratio right now over comparison to theirs, as well as the fact that you have a head-to-head win over them previously as well. So in that, I just got to kind of ask you how you feel coming into the first game of the night and the only game of the night that you'll be ripping. Are you coming into this one just ready to play and do it as you do? Is there anything on your mind?
I think we're just ready to go. Just had some good scrims. So I think we're locked in. We're ready to go. Our last appearance on Whistle was not the best. I think it's kind of like a funky little map. So hopefully we can have a little bit of a better showing and kind of put on the same performance we did last time against these guys. Yeah,
it's got a lot of tricky little timings to it, I would say, this map, as far as just like half a second too soon and you might get swung from either the deep sides of the train yard or they might be wrapping you around from the inner house. So I'm curious to see the pace in which you guys take on tonight's match in particular, but I'm going to keep it short and sweet. We're going to keep it simple. I mean, nothing too nuanced about this one other than the fact that you have to keep your record alive, not looking to open up a best of 3 territory between you, Cameron, and Nate. So we're going to ask you what your score prediction for this one is going to be without leaving all too much to the imagination.
I would say, I mean, we were able to have a pretty good showing against them last time, so this map we've struggled on a little bit, so I think somewhere in the 9-6, 9-7 range would probably be like a safe guess.
Pretty reasonable. I actually, pardon me, myself was kind of in the boat of a 9-6. That's kind of what I was feeling, and I was leaning in your direction based on all the factors that I mentioned a moment ago. But we only have a couple more minutes left to go into the staking, so I wish you guys luck.
Thank you.
No problemo. Throwing you down to good old Zeke. He's going to handle things over while we get Cameron and Nate into the mix. Guys, good evening. Welcome on in. We got a little bit of a briefer one, seeing as it's the first game of the night. Takes a couple of seconds to get everybody ready to rock and roll, but we still have about 2 minutes to talk. Just a very short and sweet preview for this matchup. Maybe I'll get more time to talk in the post game, but we're going on to Whistle, and I don't remember the last time that I'd seen you get into that station, but I do remember that there has been a recent defeat for the side of Crisp and Jared. Do you remember the last time that you had played on this map and how it had fronted for you?
Yeah, I think we lost to them.
This specific team on this map, that was the last time?
Yeah.
Which one's Whistle? I always forget the
names.
one
with the train in the middle on the left side.
Oh, yeah.
That was a week ago. Okay.
Yeah, we did play them on this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, geez, I mean, maybe trying to push it out of your mind as far as that result is concerned in some ways, but surely there's something as far as your, rectification of that. I think this is the first time you played that map, maybe, or one of the first, right?
Yeah, let's say that. Yeah, totally.
I could have sworn that there were just some things you guys weren't like fully prepared for on timings that were really catching you off guard from Jared and Chris. But do you have anything as far as going back in your mind that you could rectify and make better? Or just in general, how you need to play out on this game in order to take the win over them that maybe you need to do that you weren't doing so well previously?
I just think we just weren't shooting.
Yeah, was it one of those?
I just think we just got outshot. That's
tough. Well, I mean, it's definitely
so true, potato chip.
It's definitely going to be one of those games where I think you need to come into 100% of your ability. Like kicking off the night, right out the gate, they said they got off their scrims. I don't know if you guys got to get any in for yourselves to get warm.
We also did, yeah.
I mean, that's very good. You're going to kind of have a little bit of that same level of mentality hopping into this one, ready with your hot hands. We'll see if you can do it, but I'm going to need a score prediction, whether or not you think you can take this one in a dominant fashion or whether you think it's going to be longer.
I'm saying dominant, bro. I'm saying dominant. MJ Flu Gaming coming. I'm tired, but I'm locked in.
Give me a prediction, my friend. Cameron, bounce off that.
I'm thinking a 9-5 or a 9-6. That's what I.
9-5 to 9-6. All right, 9-3 for Nate, though. He's feeling a little bit more confident about this one. The MJ Flu game featured by Nate on the Trains Yard. I mean, maybe it'll happen. Maybe we'll see a repeat from Jared and Chris, but only time will tell. I'm going to throw you down there, and Zeke will handle you. See you in a bit.
Thank you, Ty.
Appreciate it.
For sure. It's a pretty smooth one. One of the smoothest pregame interviews I think that we've had in recent history. First no. Pulling for a little bit of that first blood from Cameron, giving a little bit of that support, giving a little bit of that energy over to him. He appreciates that, I'm sure. So would everybody, as the staking is now closed. Can you turn up the mic volume just a tad? Yes, I can. VenomX Nate popping into the Twitch chat. What is up, my friend? How's it hanging? How's it hanging? I feel like my mic is relatively loud whenever I go back and look at it. Let me know in a second here if it's any better. I'm going to turn it up just a squeak. There, I turned it up to 90. That should be slightly better. Can I tilt this inwardly? Okay, I'll put that. That should be good. This should be pretty good. Because I'm going to get a little bit louder later, and I don't want to just blow out the microphone volume, you know what I'm saying? But let's go, everybody. What's going on? I see a lot of talking, Mike is good, brother? Preach. Preach, preach, preach. We're going to be watching Cameron's point of view first, so I heard one of you did want to see whether or not he would be able to pull away with that first blood, so you'll be able to see it firsthand. You will be able to see that firsthand. And then when the halftime comes around, we're going to swap it on over to Crisp for Team Jared. So that's the game plan for first game. Woo! My God. Turn up your mic? All right, that's the second person that says I need to turn it up. I feel like it's really loud on my end, but I'm afraid for it to be too loud. All right, that's as loud as it can go. How's it hanging is kind of wild. That's crazy, bro. Yo, what up, look up? How's it been? Has been a minute, couple days. Mic is fine. All right, well, I'm not turning it up anymore. I'm not moving it anymore. It's staying where it is, bro. Hanging a little bit to the left. That's how we like it. That's how we like it. On a good day, it's hanging straight. On an off day, it's hanging right. I gotta get my voice mod up and on too. Let's get it going though, team. Why not? No pun intended.
Are we just running? You want us just to run?
All right, peep it. Cameron's POV, baby. Let's see what they got. Got those Glocks out in hand, and they go quiet only after a half second. They're going to be probably 100% ready for this one, though, Jared and Crisp. I mean, it's not like they're being quiet in any capacity. They're elephant stopping, bro. They're making no shortage of info for them to utilize. The only place they haven't cleared is that deep CT spot. Oh, that's tough for Jared. He thinks he's got the crossfire set, but he don't.
That was wild.
That's a first clip of the night. Cameron double down.
On the right there, and I came back to you.
Yeah, Mo Money Trill. I did that eyebrow raise, and I didn't have my I didn't have my soundboard on. I did this.
Right push, and then I'll come back mid when we're ready to...
Dude said I was lying. I never said nothing. We got Uncle Tony. Uncle Tony's got Jared and Crisp, actually. But right now, I mean, starting things off with the first win. Cameron not only finding that first blood that somebody was praying for, and
pushed right, yeah,
the CS gods answered their prayers, I'll tell you that much. But there's still more work to be done, okay? There's still more work for them to push through.
Walking out mid.
Hair looking crispy tonight. Appreciate you, look up. Okay. Okay. That Desert Eagle, I heard that. It's through the wall, it sounded like, though. What the hell? He just dumpstered Nate, and now Cameron's got to turn back. He doesn't know where the second guy's at, though, so he needs to isolate. Oof. Bro, first 5 bullets just straight into his soul. Sayonara. See you later.
Jared.
Peace out, brother.
Where's Jared?
Where are you? He smells him. Cameron. He's looking to find the final frag. But Jared's not going to give it to him. Where the hell is bro? I'm about to play the elevator music if we keep going this slow, man. I mean. I missed it. Oh, shit. Jared's got him. That's an upset round, baby. Jared and Chris are right back into it. I mean, he tried his damnedest to play that one to figure out where bro is coming from, but the Desert Eagles are just dumpstering him left and right. All right, let's see if they got what it takes to do a little bit of the same. Try and get it.
Hey, right side.
Yeah, not happening. Never mind. Absolutely reamed. His dude, check out on the top left of the screen right now. His mini map. That's his mini map, bro. That is way too damn big.
I can't play on the bench.
I gotta ask him about that at some point because holy shit, how do you even focus with that thing that taking up like almost a fourth of your screen?
Never gonna spawn to go to the left ever.
No kills for Nate. Nothing yet. Only Cam on that pistol in the second in conversion too. So when they fail to try to meet each other at the same point, that's not a mini map. That's a mega map. What I'm saying, dude. What I am saying. But they got AKs again. They got rifles, and it does not seem to matter. Good. Lord, Jared just waltzes right in to his territory and sends him straight home. Sayonara. Good riddance. Hello to a man up. Hello to Nate. Trying to rap, trying to do the same thing that his teammate did. Probably just a little bit better. It's probably chalk, though, honest and truthfully, for Nate right now. I mean, he would need to catch one of the craziest timings when the player's side turned. The CTs just kind of need to keep moving. I feel like that's what you got to do on 2v2, bro. You just got to keep on moving. Because the more that you sit still, the more you make yourself an easier target. And kill it out again. No frags for Nate or Cam. Jared and Crisp are back, bro. They lose the pistol, and then they just rip them straight up and open with the rounds that follow. That's wicked. That's a 6x7 inch wide map. Yo, what up, Huey? Yo, what up? Huey Lewis.
Just they weren't.
The GOAT.
Actually doubled up though.
Yeah, but I'm saying we could trade. Maybe.
Why is Cameron's screen half blacked? What do you mean?
I have your right side. I can go to spawn now.
I don't follow. Desert Eagle. Oh my god. What is that delay on that kill? He just checked his ping probably because that was insane how long it took for him to actually die. It looked like it was crazy. He's got like 70 ping? Yeah, he's got like 70 ping and so do they. Rough. Come on. Come on, new height. I know that was a typo. I knew that was probably autocorrect for you to try to type Nate, but it's still funny nonetheless. They got the half at a tie score at the very least, Jared and Crisp, so now they can start to do some silly shit, honestly. They can start to get a little bit funny as far as what they want to try and start their rounds off with, knowing that they've secured at least that much. See what it means for their futures, though. Oh my god, they've already done it. They've already gone on the full flank and wrap. Easy peasy for Jared, but no. The last of them might not be so easy. Now Nate's got to bring back. Why? Okay. Oh, okay. Getting silly with it, gets him a 2v1, but Nate just claws it right on back. I mean, he does not care how many players you have. What the next move is, I am unsure, to be honest with you. They can't really do much. This map gets a little bit slow to a point where they just need to start taking their fights. AWP for Crisp works out well. Jared's just got to finish the job.
Psychopath.
He's got smoke, flash, molly. He's got so much he could close this duel with, but Jared's just going to gun him down. Yeah, a little bit of tilt coming out from Cam there. Next round, we will switch for the next half POV. Okay? Okay. Okay? We're going to watch ourselves some Crisp. Some Crispy. Someone pull out the auto sniper. I mean, we saw that for the first time last night, and it was actually kind of hilarious, bro. It was working. It was working. They flashed. Doesn't look like they did anything with it, though, Jared or Crisp. It was just going to try and spook him. Just going to try and give him a little bit of a fright.
I think one pushed through, maybe.
Clearing in the close corner. Nobody there. And now worried about their flank on. I don't know if Nate has any utility, but he's going to need to drop some in order to keep it easier for the plant. Doesn't look like it. Very little, minimal. Doesn't matter, though. If he had anything, it would have laid on the ground. Walking back. Camera's just going to be ping-ponging back and forth between this site. Where are you? I mean, he played this game before in the 1v1, trying to play peekaboo with them, and it did not work, and it won't work now.
Cross, bro. He just pushing through.
In USP.
I don't know why his camera does that.
Harush Boyat. I'm gonna peek right here on steps. Give me bomb. Try to cross the coals, but don't like fight. Like just play info and just let us go.
Swoop. Okie dokie.
I'm cross safe.
What's he got in the tank now to finish out this match? He's only got to get 3 rounds. Somebody put that 9-3, and I called him a little crazy, but bro, I might have been wrong. I might be a fool. It's been known that I can be every now and again, but I did think this would be the win for this roster regardless, so you can't really call me a fool now, can you? Because I'm still right at the end of the day. Okay, hold on, though. The caster's curse is coming into fruition. The players that I watch don't really seem to be winning nightly. Last night was the worst that it was, but the clutch for Jared, who's low, but so too may have been Nate, but it won't matter because he get clipped.
70 ping, dude.
Ooh. A little bit of tilt on both teams.
I
That's just
got
reflowing
bombed
into
down,
him,
I
but
should have just sprinted away. I like was ready for the fight. He just died.
also, I don't know where he lives.
Not gonna lie, I see crazy shit happen every time this game is on. In what regard? Like in-game crazy shit? Like plays and clutches and things like that? Or what?
What are we cooking here? Might get a D and a bunch of use bill. Here, you can like lurk right. I'm gonna hard pressure.
Crisp is taking on IGL responsibilities right now to try and win this one out. They've got to take their money and utilize it as they can. They fully forced. They bought everything that they could as far as utility, armor, and a deagle is concerned. Next round, they're going to need to save if they lose, chat. So a little bit of a chance now opened up for a return to form. I mean, they can definitely make this one work. They just got to be careful. They don't lose the pistols right now, and they'll be fine. Giving him way too much time to get that kill. Cameron surely is tilted after that one. I can't imagine he's feeling very good. And the next of them barely able to get away with anything else. Finished by the Galil. Oh my god, that was insane. He did 192 damage to them,
They
bro.
whiffed on me so bad. I almost 3D'd both of them.
Oh my god, dude.
I got these now.
Yo, what's up,
bro,
Soapies? What's good? What's good? That might be the game right there, ladies and gentlemen. I really can't imagine coming back from that one, not only talking about individually, but mentally, because that was just embarrassing, and he's gonna embarrass them again, baby. The crisp double kill.
Nate's not happy about that one.
I can't imagine anybody's feeling all too happy from that right now.
What comes out of his mouth.
I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna throw like something like lurk smoke, man. If you want to molly the right.
Well, for those of you
I'm
who
gonna hold the right-
believed in Jared and Crisp as much as I did, and then some, you're gonna be seeing a sea of green, I can only reckon.
I smoked mid.
It's now or never. Nate and Cam need to come to a conclusion as to how to fix their setup, because this is the exact same scoreline they may be facing down the barrel of as they had last time they had played up against Jared and Cameron. But through the smoke, actually, Cameron's gonna flood in for the double kill, backstabbed.
AIDS.
Oh, I did.
Mr. Furry TV, what's good, brother?
Let's go.
So dubbed by VenomX Nate. One of our best Twitch chatters, I must say. But right now, chat, the 1v1 me app is going pretty crazy as well. Everybody's going nuts.
Keep going. Alright, you're chilling. You back up.
Screwdriver. What's good? Good evening, man. Saw you last time in the Twitch chat hit a pretty penny. Maybe as lucky as that now again. As they hit their 4th round, they're looking to do it again as Cameron's starting to find a little bit of form, bro. He's been slow rolling into this game. Dude,
Both of them pushing. Okay.
I've never seen
I'm getting
anything
way
like
too
that.
scared, bro.
Standing in the
I need to
middle
get a
of the open.
compilation of me
Literally
getting
in the
scared.
middle of
I'm
the
gonna
open.
start clipping every time that I get jump scared, yo. As soon as they add one, they want me to Google Play, I'll be in there.
I'll buy Molly and smoke for bomb.
I don't know, VenomX Nate.
I was so good.
It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid either way, I think. You get the calm, cool, and collected Twitch chat. Not a whole lot of crazies coming back and forth. Devo just praying that they end this game right now, praying that they just finish it at this point. They don't want to lose out anymore. The stakes might be rising, you know, the money might be getting a little bit more inflated as the rounds go by as well, but they just want to win without any more of a hitch because this round is over with. I'll tell you what, there's no way that Jared and Chris win that one, so we're 8-6. We're still going. Imagine the golden gun now, help with picks. You might not be all that far off, dude. It might be. It might be. Tuli says they're bad luck. No, honestly, I'm the one who's bad luck, dude. I'm the one who switches POVs and curses every team now. Every night, bro. Every night. And by every night, I mean the last two, specifically. And did we speak too soon? The pregame had them interviewed and say that they think this one would have gone to about a 9-6 or a 9-7. So keep that in mind that they themselves thought this one would be a bit of an issue. Wouldn't be just a freebie.
I'll try to throw it better, I guess. It's kind of lighter.
Nate thought it was a 9-3. That was a little bit crazy, in my opinion, but clearly not enough because they're only a Tech 9 now for Crisp in this clutch to try and flash over that wall. He misses the mark, but he doesn't miss with his bullets because Cameron is now left loose to the ground. Goes a gun, and the clutch is in, and they win in regulation thanks to the Tech 9 double kill 1v2. Not even close, baby. Whew. Whew. Oh my god. I'm gonna move myself up a little bit. I feel like I'm always so damn low. Let's get them in here for their winner's interview. How about that? All right, team. That one, a little bit closer, I think, than we were anticipating it to be, but still, you know, a longer game as that's what we were anticipating. Not necessarily golden gun territory, but 9-7. That's one hell of a way to actually avoid that, Crisp. So, meaty little 1v2 that you had there at the end. Talk to me a little bit about what you think your strengths and weaknesses were there, because obviously this one wasn't as dominant as the last game. I think personally I have an idea, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
We had full control of the game up until they won pistol when we switched sides.
Yeah, yes. We definitely should have closed out a couple of those rounds. We made a couple of like bad gambles and they gambled correctly a couple times, but then we should have closed it out at 9-6. I also whiffed on Cameron's back too, so I really think that should have been a lot cleaner of a game, but thankfully Chris here is the GOAT and clutched up for us.
Yeah, I'll say two things. Thing number one being that at the turn of the half, obviously finances were a little bit weird, you know, a little bit wacky. Sometimes you kind of lose pistol, win the next, lose again, have to buy pistols one more time because you forced, and it never really felt like you got your full buy up until like the second to last round. So I will say that the really thing that I think is the positive, the benefit, the silver lining of that entire second half is that Crisp, that almost double kill where you were on a Desert Eagle and they were whiffing, man. They were whiffing. Let's be 100%.
Dude, I was crying, bro. Honestly, like they both caught me off guard on the same angle. I'm crouching helplessly in a corner
spray
with a Deeg, and they both hit me like 55 and 5 on an, like, I don't know. The MP9 must have painted a picture around me on both of them because like I almost 3D'd both of them.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even moving. I'm just crouching, like helplessly screaming that they're fucking swinging me, and it's like.
Yeah. It was like a total of like 192 damage. I think you did. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was, frankly, if you lose that round, though, like, the game, like, it's really called into question. Like, obviously, you don't know what'll happen from that point forth, but your money is worse than it was after that point where you got your round in conversion. Obviously, they're going to be feeling a little bit better, and you're probably going to be a little bit more tilted, because that was, again, a force round from you. So, congrats. A win is a win, but maybe a little bit more to go back on this map in the future from both of you guys. I think, obviously, for Nate and for Cameron, it would be on their attack, and for you guys, maybe on your attack as well. There's just a little bit more to do on those low eco rounds, right? Maybe some gimmicks you can go for or something along those lines. But either way, congrats. Win is win. And I'm going to ask you really quickly before we do send you on your way about our next game of the night, okay? Our second matchup between Team Frizzy and Team Laboom. We just started our pre-match for that one, and I want to get your thoughts and opinions on it because I think it's, honestly, truthfully, a much closer game than number 8 and number 3 would actually say as far as ranking difference is concerned. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. That is a close one. I mean, I think it's pretty even game, to be honest.
I agree. I'll say I think Frizzy's team will probably take it.
I think Frizzy's team should be favored in that one, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think definitely I am not too far out of the agreement with that one in my opinion. I think
I
that
think
they
it's
are
still
a
pretty
solid
close.
squad. Yes,
They're all solid. So I mean,
It also is map dependent. I'm not gonna lie. Like you get on a map like Whistle, we just lost to Raven and
Right.
her teammate just the other day. Like this map is scary. It doesn't really matter where you go. You can get hard swung, and that's what you're worrying about. But then you get to those connecting angles, and like you can literally die from anywhere.
Yeah.
And you only have 2 players. You have to cover so many gaps on those like quiet shift walk mid rounds, and that's the reason it got close. Is on their CT side, they started double walking every single round. So we'd get contact somewhere, and boom, they just pair up, double walk, and just advance, and they catch it. Like you said before the game started, you just can find those timings.
Yeah.
So that's what they were doing, and they just kept trading every time. So yeah, it was a close game.
I think stylistically speaking, they're playing on Palai. I think that's actually probably the best map for these both teams. Maybe Brewery is better for Frizzy and Little Beer, but we haven't seen them play it in such a long time. But you know, Laboom and No One towards the beginning and middle portions of this season were like the team on Palai. They had an insane upset loss against Tiski and Fat Guy that kind of set them on a bit of a spiral for me. But I think on that map that they're going to be pretty evenly matched. I want to ask what you think the scoreline prediction for your brain is going to be for that one.
I think it's gonna be like a 9-7er for
Frizzy and Little Beer.
You are right. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But like, it's just so close because I know that No One. I know they
Former
like
teammate of
Palai,
yours.
I think. Yeah, so and I saw that they had some good performances on Palai. I think I didn't see the Tiski one, but
Sure.
I don't know. I can't really say for sure, but I'll go 9-7 for Z's team.
Okay, Chris.
I think Palai's the map where it's one team dominating or the other, honestly, in my opinion. So I'll put it at like 9-5 because I still think there'll be some tricky rounds going on during that matchup. But I'd say 9-5 on Frizzy's team.
Okay, well, it's definitely still leaning Little Beer and Frizzy regardless of the fact of the score, so we'll send you on your way and appreciate you for stopping in and giving me a good interview. We're going to go right into the interviews with them, though. Have a good night.
All right,
You as well, man.
We're actually going to talk to Little Beer and Frizzy and get an idea as to what's going on with them, so let's drag them on over.
I can't. Oh.
Oh.
Hi.
Hold on, I got to find Josh. I'm in streamer mode, and they're both starting with L. Okay. Hey, what's up, Little Beer?
Hey, sorry, I was just talking to the other team. They made me feel really old.
Oh, what's the what's the deal?
Dude, Tony, you have to. Laboom just said that he turned 25 or 20 this year, and he was born in 2005. Dude,
Damn.
2005. Oh
Yeah,
my
I'm turning
God.
24, or I'm turning 24 in 8 days. 8 days.
Oh
Where's the
shit.
time?
I might
Happy
be.
early birthday.
Am I working that night? I might be working my birthday. I think I am. Yep, the birthday job.
Oh, I was gonna say you gotta
see
come
you.
down to Boston and we'll have a party.
Dude, don't tempt me. Listen, if we find the time, maybe we can make something happen. But we're gonna
That'd be fun.
lock in for the game because we only have about 8 minutes here, and I got 2 interviews to do. So tonight,
Sorry, guys.
probably the second best game of the night. I think the game we just had was probably going to be the closest in my opinion, as well as the most exciting overall. This one is definitely a close second, if not in potential higher than that of that last match. So I want to get your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on not only the team that you're playing up against in Laboom and No One, but the fact that you're number 8 and number 3. I don't really think that that number actually goes to show how close this game actually could be.
Yeah, I mean, our standings don't really represent us as a team. I think we should be more towards like top 5 personally, but we've definitely fumbled a couple games, so obviously it's deserved. But I think going towards the playoffs here, we're gonna kind of lock in, and we'll show you why we should be top 5.
Sure. Frizzy, you know, you're somebody who's super confident typically coming into almost every match, if not all of them. I feel like there isn't very many a time where you're not going to say that you feel very confident about the teams that you're stacking up against, but every now and again you'll give a little bit more credence to certain rosters and, you know, avoid just saying things like 9-0, 9-0. So do you feel like this one is going to go a little bit longer than most matches, or do you find yourself gapping them in a way that maybe I'm underestimating?
Well, we are going to be starting on T side, so honestly, I think it's going to come down to how aggressive they are on their CT side.
Sure.
If they give us a little bit too much space, I think this is going to be a stomp. But if they're, you know, hitting their shots and playing together, trying to trade it out a little bit, it could be a little bit closer, but it's still going to be like a 9-4, 9-5 max.
Okay, yeah, I'm with that. I mean, this was a map that was definitely, in my opinion, their best, and I also think they were one of the best in general on it across the entire board of the season. But that was quite a while ago. That was probably about like 3 weeks ago, maybe, that I had felt that way, where a lot of teams have both leveled up their game, but also I think that they've tapered off a little bit. They've been red. I think the teams really just, understand the map now a little bit better, because it's kind of awkward, right? You need to get your reps in on it in order to be 100% confident in your decision making for timings. So we'll see whether or not that will be the case for you guys, because last night, I believe it was, if not the night before, you had played this one and it looked pretty solid. I mean, you've taken down Fat Guy and Tiski, who were constantly just egging you on about your levels of aggression and passivity, and I think you balanced that really well. So tonight, maybe we'll get a little bit more of that, but I'm going to need to know what you think as well, Little Beer, on what you think the scoreline will turn up for this matchup.
I'm gonna be a little bit more on the reserve side, and I'm gonna say like 9-6.
Yeah, I mean,
we're gonna win 9-6.
It's good to split the desk.
Maybe. Probably 9-6, I would say.
Yeah. I want to drop 15 on their head, so.
I mean, you very well could. I mean, I've seen you have some heaters in the recent days, actually. Let's just really quickly look at your recent matchup, because I think it should be a sea of green. Yeah, win, loss, win, loss, win. That's still, 3 out of the 5 intermittently, and you're winning by a pretty decent gap to where a majority of these losses are a little less. So definitely looking pretty solid coming into this matchup. You've got some heat. You're looking to find your first consistent W, consecutive W, pardon me, for quite a bit now. But with that, I will send you on your way. I'm going to send you packing as we get our second half of the interviews going for the pre-match. Good luck.
Thanks, Tony.
My music keeps pausing. Hey guys.
Hello.
How
are we
are
doing?
you? I'm doing good.
Hi, doing great. We're doing great today.
Got a little bit of a conversation going with our previous games match winner, former teammate of yours, no one. It's Jared, who was giving us some insight as to how he thinks this game may go down, and I was giving as much insight as I possibly could to try and let them, freely flow on their opinions and takes. But even though he's your teammate formerly, he's not going to be giving you full credence on this one. They believe that this one is going to be a lean in the way of FusiioN Little Beer. And with that, I will also say that this is one of those maps that I think you guys have previously looked to be Titans on, but it has been a little bit since I was at that same conversation point, because last time I said some shit like that, I got slapped, okay? So,
yeah.
Tonight I'm going to leave it right where it lies. It's not going to be anything too crazy. I'm not going to say that it's going to be a blowout either direction, but I do want to know how you feel this one will go as far as your odds up against FusiioN Little Beer are concerned.
Look, we went into a little bit of a slump, all right? We started out having a lot of success. Went into a bit of slump, no Shane. That's a bar.
Thank you.
And, I think we just really had to find ourselves again. I think right now we're just in a good spot. We want to play and have fun and, make sure we're taking good fights, make sure we're, on the same page.
Sure.
So I think today it's going to be like a much cleaner game from us. I think we've been kind of chilling. If you want me to give you my prediction, I think it should be pretty even, but I still think we have that home court advantage. I think it should end up something like 9-6 for us. And then, yeah, Jared's a great guy, but, I don't know. Screw you, Jared.
All right, yeah, fair enough. Laboom, I obviously have to throw it your direction as well on how you feel that you're personally coming into this one.
I feel like it's going to be like a 9-5, 9-6 kind of deal. I mean, I like this map. I think it's easier to play for me just because I played it so much.
Right.
It's definitely like the maps that you play more are easier to like calm on and stuff. So I mean, I just want to like see what we can do. Should be fine.
Yep.
I'm not too worried.
Scoreline, if you had
You gotta
to give
prove
me
Jared wrong.
What's up?
Scoreline, I'm sorry, if you had to give me one.
It was 9-5.
9-5. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can show up your old buddy Jared by finding a win right now. Bringing back some of the that energy you guys were talking about just a moment ago, rediscovering yourself as maybe not even just the team but as players, right? Coming onto these matchups for 2v2. So, second game of the night, I think it's going to be a fun one regardless of the outcome. I do hope that we will be given a good show, but I'm going to be sending you downwards to get yourselves ready and squared off with Z as well as FusiioN Little Beer for your matchup on Palai. We'll see you in a bit.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, guys, that's that. All interviews done. Hope you're ready. I'm going to show you one more time the tail of the tape for this matchup, just so you can get a good idea as to what's going down. A higher KD rate, a higher head-to-head, and obviously a higher first blood percentage for FusiioN Little Beer. On these pistol rounds, they seem to be a little bit more aggressive than maybe most would assume. It's unassuming of that of Laboom and no one that they would come into this and get absolutely stopped, I think. But there's a world, and when there's a will, there's a way with FusiioN Little Beer. I think that they could take on pretty much everybody when they're given their proper headspace and given their proper respect. So, in that, we're going to take a peek at what you guys have going on for the stakes. Laboom, and no one actually favored right now. 1.55 to 2.08 multiplier. We're looking over at the First Blood, primarily leaning in the direction of Laboom, a little bit for Frizzy as well. I'm a little bit shocked that nobody is giving Little Beer any love on that front, because we've seen him very many a time, in my opinion, out of the two of those two players on Frizzy's roster, take those first engagements and win them. And as far as the super stakes go, 9-3, 9-4, 9-6. Those are our top three in favor of Laboom as well. So you guys are taking a little bit of a different route from that of myself, Jared, and obviously Frizzy and Little Beer having faith in themselves. And maybe it'll pay off for you, quite literally calling it green as we have 30 seconds left. Get your final stakes in, because we will be going into the game with very, very little delay. It's Polite in just a moment to kick off to where it's going to need to be either a return to form for Laboom and no one to show us a little bit of that vintage look on that map, or if it's going to be Frizzy and Little Beer to prove themselves maybe the new champions of that place in just a bit. Oh, damn. Stakes are changing. Very, 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 very close at the ends of days, but that will be the stakes now closing. Let's see where it finished. $1.86 to 1.69. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's so close. That's nuts. That's as close as it can really be, I feel like, for a majority of these matchups that we've seen. I don't even know what Laboom just said on my gameplay screen. I'm afraid to turn it up. Let's throw it into the matchup. I'm down to just watch it out.
Sure. You said you want to play gallery?
Yeah, I mean, you can go gallery. I can go window.
I don't know. Go gallery. Okay.
Trying to get their game plan straightened out before they run into it. I mean,
I think I'm gonna play
that's
on
some of the
left
team's
and
biggest
like
issues,
go
I think,
down
watching
low,
this
right?
is when they don't really have an idea as to how they're going to play from.
Hotel.
And positionally, I think that it's going to be important that no one in Laboom are able to play off of one another later on. Little Beer fragged out.
Roger.
First blood. I told you.
Push up on you or what?
Little Beer do love it. Konnichiwa, Wagwan. Bruh, LOL, he crashed. Not live? Not sure what's going on, but it seems like we will need to go for a little bit of a pause and reset. Host issue, perhaps. Tony, I cooked some steak and baked potatoes. I fixed you a plate and left the light on for you, honey. Thank you. Hey, yo. What a beautiful individual you must be. All right, gonna throw it off to my screen really quickly while they get that figured out. It's good thing it's just round one, though. We don't have to go through the whole game and make sure they got this money and that money and this. See how the admins determine this one turned up, and I will get you that information as soon as possible. So let's just chill. Pay me $75? I don't have $75 to pay you, bro. I'm broke. You pay me $75. No one looks like he'd be the lead singer of a punk rock band. Could be, could be. His internet seems to has gone out, is the message. But he's restarting his internet to see if that'll fix it. Should I play slope or what? Should I play slope? Is that the only way that we can really fill in these gaps, or what's up? I can have slope open like every single time on the sidebar. Or watch some other game. Check that. Laboom, his internet went out. Sincerely apologize, but they're gonna get him back in here as soon as possible. Resetting. I'll play some slope. All right, we'll play some slope, guys. Let's do some sloping. Let's do some sloping. You can see all my tabs up here for different things. I even had a job search prior to being a 1v1 me caster. I should probably get rid of that at some point, team. This is the new 1v1 me game you can stake on soon enough, guys. This is where I just start playing video games and you watch me and then tell me I'm dog shit. I could play Counter-Strike on stream next time maybe and start cooking up some of the teams that we have in this oh damn, yo. They're resetting the score right now, chat. That's what's happening. They're resetting. Oh damn, bro. Don't add slope. It's a cool math game. Come on, bro. This game's great. I just gotta make sure that they get themselves in the server. It doesn't look like they've gotten Laboom back just yet. Oh, actually, Laboom has just rejoined. All right, no more fun and games. No more fun and games. That's crazy comms, Venom. Craziest comms of all time, perhaps. We're getting it restarted again. Gonna hit a wall on purpose? I would literally never, bro. Tony Tuff at slope, hold on. Nah, I rolled off because they rejoined. I didn't troll. I'm not that bad, bro, I swear. Add it if we can stake on Tony. Bro, imagine you guys could flash stake on me in between games. How tough would that be? That'd be something silly, bro. If you could flash stake on me. I would win 99.9% of the time if you guys staked on me. I play better under pressure. I don't know about you, but not you. I'm saying we gonna bet on. I'm hyped. All right, they're rejoining the server right now, guys. It's just pistol round, so we're gonna jump back into it. No delay. Don't worry about it. What's good, green grass? How's it hanging? Haven't seen you on 1v1 me before. I'm curious. Can you give me your TLDR on my CSGO background? Yeah, I can. Have you tried FusiioN headsets? I have. I've worked with them on a production that I did for a LAN event, and they are incredible. Easily the best headsets of all time, bro.
They want P250.
I'll tell you about my CS background while this goes on. So I was a player for a majority of my time. I didn't play at an extremely high level, and then I coached at a semi-professional amateur level. I got brought on to Fisher College for their esports program to be a broadcaster and then a player and then a coach. I won actually the FACEIT collegiate tournament, so we were the best team in the US. Top 4 the year before that. And I flew to Germany, got $1,000 in prize money myself. They flew us out to Germany for a tournament. And yeah, I'm looking to maybe coach next season again too, depending on how 1v1 me goes as well. But this pistol round is low and slow, dude. They've been just chilling all around. Where are they? They already got that first blood. So the last of them is just going to be on Discovery. No one did really well to secure them that much, but now he's got to find Frizzy too. Now it's a double kill for either side of them. If Frizzy jumps through the window, he is going to be loud about it. Flash off the wall and a smoke to the site. Frizzy now made entirely known. He's going to attempt to plant. And as he gets around, wherever he phases the smoke, he may be a dead man. Walking, there's the no one double kill. The first blood was no one. Tony casually flexing his accolades. I got asked, bro. I got asked. Is it really true that they are 0.3% faster than all other headsets? I mean, it's Danish. That normally means quality. I mean, I don't know about that. I haven't like tested them, but definitely the FusiioN headsets are elite, bro. They're just so damn expensive. So if you have $700 to drop on a jet fighter plane level quality headset of sound canceling, then yeah, go for it. If you got bread like that, if you're staking on 1v1 me and you pull away with a fat win, I definitely would endorse investing in one of those headsets.
I'm not on the umbrella actually. I'm on like the off angle.
Looks like Frizzy finds himself a frag with the Galil through the top side of the gallery green. That is impressive, because if he can get that first blood and now he knows that it's that thin, then maybe he can do it in the future too. $700 for a headset? Yeah, it's pretty damn expensive, bro. They might have like $300 or $400 versions too. No one gets smoked. He might have a timing where he could fight through that, chat. He's just gonna pop into the site. And we're quiet. We're sitting inside of it. Nothing's happening. Little Beer needs to plant the bomb soon enough. And Frizzy's gonna cover. I don't know if they can win this round if he finds that blood on the player planting. He's gonna find Frizzy first. The player gets off of it, and Little Beer dancing around the site. It is gonna be dinked, but it's gonna be the finish. Oh my good lord, that was a little too close for comfort. So you don't have nothing to say about the first blood? Yeah, I do. He killed a player that crashed. Or were you there? Were you there for it? It was like 2 minutes ago.
I saw where you got spammed. I think, dude. I don't really know.
I honestly don't know. I'm gonna walk left.
He was AFK in spawn.
Drop bomb roof. They're holding me from close.
I got you.
Oh fuck. One left.
Not having the greatest go
Okay,
of it
let's
right
just
now as they get back into this game, though.
Yeah.
Just be doubling up.
It's a tough ask for them to try and recover with only pistols, though. So they got their rifles back in hand. They have to start making something of this half, though, or they're going to be not only broke, but way too far ways away from being able to find a tie.
I'm gonna come back.
I'm gonna play like front of the stairs here.
It was no one first blood. You're correct. I wasn't spectating him? What do you mean I wasn't spectating him?
Where do you molly?
I can't do anything about it.
One's roof.
This is the guy's stream, bro.
Yeah. He didn't
Come on now. Cut me some slack. I can't switch POVs. I was watching no one. This is his Twitch stream.
I jumped.
Come on, man.
Made noise.
Little Beer's on top of that green box and bin, and he had no idea that you could even do that, I don't think, because he is just caught completely off guard, and that is a Little Beer double kill. Ooh, are they tilting?
From the roof, Chris.
Why are they jumping you? Who's they, bruh? I'm good.
Go ahead.
Oh, so you just shot on nothing?
No, yeah, I said I shot on accident.
Okay,
What's
come
up,
right side with
Jamil?
me. Come right side with me, please.
5-7. Blown to smithereens, bro. 44 HP. That is tough. And he's going to get his swing off and dink Frizzy, too. But, oh, no. Look at the HP points on Lil Boom. He's just too low. He can't do a thing about this. He can't possibly convert both players. For him to get into any sort of position to try and find them, he would need to not only catch the first of them off guard, but then also have the next of them already be lit. So it would need to be Little Beer and Frizzy in that order. Dude, if he gets naded again, I will actually lose it. Should be it. Right, I mean, they're going to get into the site, play together. Little Beer and Frizzy, no reason to separate from one another. They've done really well in making sure that was the case previously. And there you go. Here's the timing. Now he's got to get that backstab on. He's on the hunt. He's on the prowl. Knife in hand, baby. Let's see if he can get around the back end of the box. The tap, not the stick. And the next of these two players may not be seen. Runs it through. And Frizzy was the one who was low. Where was he gone? Was he playing inside the smoke, or was he over at the rafters is the question. You're thinking that he's walking around about face with this 5-7 in hand. If he just clips him with one single shot anywhere, and he'll be a dead man, but he can't, as Frizzy just then shows himself from the window.
I think he can see the bump.
Good lord, bro.
I don't want to go gallery again. I can't lie.
Just let me play the gallery. Let's switch spots.
Guys, I don't know about this one. I'm feeling pretty down on them right now. That's just sad. Everything playing in their favor for that round. That was what they needed, bro. That was what they needed. That round really required them to have all damage finished out. Molly to gallery, and he's still going to be holding on the other side of it, so if they walk in, he'll have minimal vision, but just enough. It's not going to be blind by any means.
Is that your mulling?
As they back up,
Just left dead.
I think right now they may be at the wrong timing, but
I'm with you.
He's like towards the left, like
the boom calling for no one to come back. Help me! Please help me!
Pushing middle. I'm gonna flank.
And he's going to go on that aggressive push maneuver. Actually, Frizzy and Little Beer were mentioning before something about how like the aggressivity is going to matter in this matchup. And right now, I think they've been playing kind of slow, Laboom and No One. Like they haven't really been getting up in their opponent's faces on defense, but we'll see. See if that changes. Clump?
Double need the
Bro
middle,
said
double need the
clump.
middle.
Who says clump in the year 2025, bro?
Yeah, it's fine. We'll just chill.
I can't clump with you.
Flash gallery.
Straight up
push.
clumping my shit.
Oh, up left side, dude. They mollied me.
They find Frizzy, and that Molotov means No One can't come up through the steps. He's played here time and time again, so it's an easy read for them to throw that nade. And that nade even easier. He's down to 39, and he just gets outright spammed. What a read. I mean, again, not a hard one to make.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for an instant push because like
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
dude, we're just needing this.
That ain't it.
They're starting to like go more aggro now.
I'm pushing right side on like instant timing.
5-2. Frizzy and Little Beer ripping him to shreds, man. See if it'll matter
I smoked off main.
if they go into that next half, because I don't think that the second half is going to make it all the more easy.
Alright, so there's a bomb.
No
And he
way.
gets red
Not
again,
that
man.
bad.
Trying to get swung from high and from low. No
He's
one
really
feeling
kind-
pointless, bro.
It was almost seriously push gallery.
Oh my god. Can you get up there?
He liked to
Oh, that's insane. I didn't know about that tech. Somebody did their homework. The Boom might have just masterclassed this one, as he is going to find the first for free. No damage taken. Now he can try and scope out Little Beer's spot because he has the bomb. Little Beer is the one with the objective to play for, and he snaps right from beneath him, bro. Not easy being cheesy.
Okay. Good half.
Yep, you too.
Look at that teammate support.
Get on my spot like normal.
I love that.
For pistol, it's too strong.
The boys are feeling pretty good, obviously.
They-
6 and
they
2. How
press that
could you
window.
not?
I have if they scale up right side window or right side sight.
And Little Beer's in the windowsill, just chilling. While Frizzy, he may play more Discovery later on. Little Beer is an anchor. He's just holding down the bomb site, not letting them plant for free. That is his main prerogative.
I didn't see any birds.
I didn't see any birds as one of the greatest callouts of all damn time. Oh, dink, but no kill. What is that
Left side,
lag?
left
Did
side,
you
left
see
side, left
that?
side.
Or am I crazy? It looked like that player was just slideshowing across Little Beer's screen, but he's just still got to kill out the final of them. He had dinked this last player, so he knows that he's soft.
Yep.
And this is just a matter of time before Frizzy gets on the back lines. Or Little Beer can handle it himself. 100
Alright, good
in
shot. Couldn't
4.
hit him for the last bullet.
I just fucking YOLO jumped on the thing and fought.
Are you doing your thing?
They saw me.
Are you doing your thing?
Max 7, yes.
Alright,
Oh
so
my
it's
god,
forward,
Frizzy.
so I won't block you.
Frizzy's gonna buy a Mag 7, which is a shotgun, and he's probably gonna just jump and slide on the side railing and try get right in front of him. That's the kind of energy that I
Left side, I
need.
hit him with my HE.
And you hear it. You hear it on that far end of the map. They're engaging with one another, but it's no one. Took him out on top. And the next of which has to show himself, but later. It's already the first of them. And Dink is the last. A double kill from Little Beer. He got robbed. Okay. 8-2, man. I mean, Laboom and No One just aren't looking to be the same roster in which we had come to expect them to be from earlier in this season, man. It's really sad to say. They're doing their damnedest, but it just never seems to really be enough. There seems to be a reinvention of their game style that needs to be occurring soon. Mac 10 upgraded to a Galil. Okay. MP9 trying to timing them through the smoke. Will one of them not be ready? It looks like that they've actually spread from one another just a little bit, but where the hell is Little Beer going to go with this one? I don't really know. The Molly hits the first of them. The Planter's to the left, and he's going to be able to spray him down to low enough health where he might win this on a technicality. Holy, he's going to fly. No way. Shotgun in hand. Elevated over top side of the smoke, and he's one bullet away from the win. But he's just barely unable.
Dude, I hit him twice with the shotgun.
Oh, man, is that a tight one.
God,
You
I can't-
thought that he might have had that one by the skin of his teeth. 8-3. It's still very, very far away from the conversation of a comeback, though, chat.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that that'll bring him back. I mean, keeping the dream alive for those of you who would stake for the super stake of 9-3. Drawing out this game a little bit longer. See what your spread is and see if it'll work, because now entering the danger zone are Frizzy and Little Beer. If they start to get red hard the same way that they had their opponents previously, then they're going to be done for. But they both have their little gimmicks, their little tricks. Dink down. No one didn't have any head armor, it looked like, actually, because he just finished him with one little bullet to the dome. 9-3. There it is. It lies dead in the water, as it were. GG's all around. Feels more so obviously justified from Frizzy and Little Beers, but we'll see what they have to say about it themselves. Welcome in, welcome in. Listen, that one was a bit of a brutalization, I feel like. Surely you felt the same way. It was easier reads, I think, from your side on defense. Do you feel like that was the case?
I feel like we were communicating very well, and we were also shooting very well, and those are two recipes for success.
Sure.
I also think they were very one-dimensional.
Yeah, I actually tend to agree. Watching from their point of view as well, you know, I got to see it firsthand, how they were playing out a majority of those rounds. No one regularly on that right side of the map playing from the doorway, waiting for you to enter. You started mollying it, smoking it. He couldn't get to the site. Laboon was out on his own, dead in the water, 2v1. That seemed like rinse and repeat, honestly, for a majority of that half. Do you find that was the case?
Yeah, 100%.
We figured it out like maybe like halfway through the first half. And then we pretty much just played to that because they didn't really change anything.
Yeah.
After they just kind of.
I got a question for you, Tony.
I have an answer for you, Frizzy.
Did you see the Mag 7 dink? And what are your thoughts on it?
Did I see the Mag 7 dink? Little Beers?
No, I'll take it.
Dude, I hit that guy twice with the Mag 7.
I saw Little Beers Mag 7, but
I surfed on the left side with a Mag 7, point blank this guy in the
it.
head in 94. All I could see was his head.
Yeah,
disappointed.
And then they both peeked you, and then yeah, okay, that is what happened. Listen, the Mag 7 can be a cruel mistress sometimes, but it can also be your best friend. I'll tell you what, it can also be your
It did me so
favorite.
dirty.
It did, it really did, honestly, truthfully. I thought you had that in the bag. I was ready for that to be a clip.
With it.
It's like 80 and something, but whatever. I mean,
it was
either
90
way.
and 3.
Either way, though, we got to go into our next set of matches, and I know that we do have our third underway in just a few. Trick and Louie. That one is going to be a very uphill battle, I think, for Team Trick. I think it's going to be one we're going to need to see them come on their A game. It's been so long, I think, since we've seen them really come out swinging. But I want to know what your thoughts on that one before we do enter that conversation point with them.
I have a thought.
I don't know if Trick has a chance, to be honest.
I think if they want a chance, they're gonna have to shut down Wumbo's aggression early, and if they don't, then it's gonna be a tough one.
Fair enough. I mean, listening to the comms of these guys as well as seeing them play out recently, it's their first win in a long time. Trick and Goodbye they had just recently gathered by 1 round, no less. So we'll see if that's any inspiration for them moving forwards to a best of 3 between these two teams, where actually Trick have won a single time. So we'll see as it will matter in a little bit. But thank you for joining me in the pre-show as well as the post-game.
Appreciate it, Tony. Take care.
Tony.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, guys, it's Frizzy and Little Beer who hang on by a pretty significant margin in that match, whereas it was drowned out the score of the previous one of the best, at least, if not the best at one point in time on Palai. It's a long one? No, not quite. It was very much so shorter. So, I mean, listening to you guys as well as what your opinions on that one were, I want to see who may be in a little bit super staked for that 9-3 score line. 1, 2, 3 tie. Yo, Tony, first kill. Good question. Let's look at the tail of the tape. Peep on that and see what that will give us as far as our insights are concerned. All right. Well, I mean, looking at the first blood percentages, we've got Louie and Wumbo just a little bit ahead. I think as well as the fact that they've got more victories and there's been more games with losses on the side of Trick and Goodbye is going to mean that, I mean, predominantly, it's probably going to be Louie or Wumbo. It's going to be one of those two guys who do the heaviest hitting damage. I figure that it is going to probably be Wumbo if I had to pick one of the two of them. I think he's somebody that a lot of faith has been put into in previous matchups, and he's actually delivered on a majority of the fronts. So I personally feel like you should be going on that one. It's a good one. Out of the two of those players, he's typically the one who's getting engaged, as well as the fact that Trick and Goodbye are on the uphill. There's a 1-to-1 head-to-head, as I'd mentioned, but previously stating that it was a crushing 9-to-1 defeat in favor of Louie and Wumbo on one of those matches, and a golden gun nearly taken but a 9-7 win for Trick and Goodbye, avoiding that much. I don't know who I'm going to be endorsing any more than Louis and Wumbo tonight. Maybe Slump later on, but right now I'm very much so in their favor, as we can get a talk onto them as well as see how they feel. I don't really have any huge reason to honestly feel very strongly for Trick and Goodbye, though. I don't really have like wins to go off of recently that are super dominant. It's a lot of losses that are pretty deep at that, and you know, the energy just isn't really there. They're not seeming like the same selves in which they needed to in order to win out on games prior. So you take that for what you will. I am curious to know what you guys are feeling and thinking once the staking does close, because that's when a majority of you start to yap. That's when you start to let me know. And, you know, I do understand that. It's your money at stake, and obviously going into the other team's perspective, you don't want to slate things against yourself all too heavily, as well as you don't want to give away the secrets and the sauce. I'm going to give you the secrets, though. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think this game will look like, so you don't have to. You can sit back and relax and not worry too much about it. Not a pretty hair on your little pretty head, because it's going to be a few minutes here before we do jump into the matches. It's Trick who still has to connect. It is Louis and Wumbo who are just getting into that now. But let's look at the maps that they've played recently, chat. Tonight's map. Palai. Who would have guessed it? We're playing more Palai, guys. I do love me some Palai. Memento was the 9-1 for Team Louis, and Palai was the 9-7 for Team Trick. Okay, listen, that was about a month ago, though, a little more. So it's been, you know, more than enough time to where Louis and Wumbo could have acclimated to that map. 9-7 would be fire, but 9-8 would be sweet. Well, I mean, definitely in the potential, but I think personally I'm still leaning with Louis and Wumbo without there being much of a hitch. I think that would probably say 9-6. That's probably where I float. 9-5, 6, 7 spread is what I'm thinking. So Trick and Goodbye are going to need to come into this one with some heat about them. We're going to need to see them doing some tricks that we've never caught before, to be frank. So you guys seem to agree. I mean, just looking at that right there. BenMX Nate saying that it's going to be a Louis 9-0 with Wumbo first blood. That's one of the most dominant scorelines we will have seen in quite some time here as well. So big praise coming the kids' way. Let me check the tail of the tape one more time here. 7th in the ranking right now. Only one win actually separates them, interestingly enough, though. Can Trick win this? Yes, always. Can they? It's a question that certainly has some leverage to it. They can win. It's just the likelihood of them being able to win that's the question. JJ McCarthy, yo, what's hanging? What's going on? What's up? What's up? I hope we're doing well. Time to cook. Sarcastic Dan, welcome back to another day of stakes. You just came back in the nick of time for map number 3. Map number 3. We're going to be keeping this one moving and seeing what you guys are staking on, as Wumbo is going to be where you guys put a majority of your funding for that first blood. I can feel it. I can feel it. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 even, actually, for the side of Louis and Wumbo. You're feeling it as you go deep into the staking situation. I think this is one of the deeper cut matches that we'll have. Maybe Slump towering over Caker in most metrics could be one where people are going to start going heavy in on. $30 down for Louis for 2. 50 even. Starting to actually, what's the stake for that one? A 1.21 just to win, just trying to make a pretty little penny. 15 odd for them for a $15 stake too. $15 stake sounds disgusting. Gonna throw them into their matchup in just a second here. Got a little bit of time. What are the seedings? Seedings? Here you go. Or do you mean for the whole season? I can pull up the seedings for the whole season if you'd like as well and see what the entire top to bottom looks like for you here. Take a look. Week 6 of 9. 18 wins for Slump, 1 win less than that for Empathy, just behind them with 1 win less as well for Laboom, a tie for 4th place technically for Langor and Hambuga, and everybody else 1 win. It staggers down as we have a crazy fight for the playoffs contention, to be honest with you. Very, very tight race with teams only needing to take 1 more win from the 12 to 10 ranking seed line for them to get integrated into that conversation. But it looks like FusiioN, Tiski, and maybe Decrad are just a little bit too far away right now with 3 weeks left. We would need to see them start to grind out victories left, right, and center with all the games that they've already played. It's not a matter of quantity, it's a matter of quality. So that was something that we made note of previously, that the amount of wins heavily outweigh the number of games that you play. As staking is now set to close. Hope you got it in. Hope you got it in. So we're getting ready to hop down into Trick's point of view for the matchup. See if they've come into this one with a vengeance. Ready to close this best of 3 with some style. Team Trick, where ya at? We'll have to wait and see where their heads are at. Frankly, because they haven't really been themselves, man. They haven't. They have not looked like themselves. Louis First Blood, A Devo going not in the way of Wumbo, but his teammate instead, and trying to make a pretty penny. See if that'll pay off. Not Trick POV, go to other team? No. We'll switch it to halftime. Sorry, dude. I don't make the rules, I just break them. $22 stake. Who knows? Maybe it'll come back to help you. Maybe you're just gonna get a fat stack of cash. The most beautiful accident you've ever seen. Don't curse, Trick, bro. Just trying to hit. I'm sorry, dude. It's too late. The curse is already being put down. I'm already doing it. Already cursing them. Here we go. Here we go. If he's cursed, it is what it is. It is what it is. They're taking their time. They're not letting themselves go far out into the open out the gate. But GB first blooded by, I believe that's Wumbo. Or is it Louis? I think it's Louis, actually. So whoever said first blood, Louis, look at you go. You guessed right. And you'd be correct, because he's not only going to find that, but he's also going to find that double kill. I need some clips of Trick and Goodbye tonight, though, so I do hope they pull away with a round or 2 here and there, man. Dude, I just put 50 on him. Chill. Bro, I'm sorry. I didn't put 50 on him. You put 50 on him. This is not on me. I was going to switch to their POV, whether it be now or at the end of the half, okay? So it was going to happen one way or another. We were going to watch him. Itchy ear. Tech 9 tucked. Bomb on the back as well. Trick saving as much money as he can to try and make next round the big one. Surely they didn't just go, like, hunting for them right now, Louis and Wumbo, right? Sound cues given. Maybe that'll allow him to walk up closer. I think Trick is just looking to be supported by his teammate at any point that he could. Spotted by Louis. Killed as well. That's a standard position for him, and he's actually going to be able to find the 2 of them again. Go at it, Louis. Have him free and easy, I guess. Eat up, Papa. Eat, Papa, eat.
Swing out on him. Like upside? Yeah. At least just like to cut like the sight line into sight.
A god complex from A Devo now. All hail. AK on the same place where he played with a pistol, trying to see if Louis would eventually go walking in onto him, but instead he's gonna drop a molly at his feet. Ouch! Yeah. Yowie, bruh. trying to get themselves comfortably set. I don't think Louis is going to be leaving this position until he's made to, bro. I don't think he's going to leave until he's made to. There's no reason when he's getting all this success. When he gets hit with the shoulder shot, though, he may now be in a little bit of trouble.
Gotta be scared of a flank now.
And he gets shot in the back just briefly as Wumbo tries to play pressure through the smoke, but GB's got his teammates back, man. He is playing a perfect second player on this rifle round, but
Coming together left. Okay.
don't
Sorry,
get
I'm left.
killed in the same angle. Don't get fragged on the same fight. Louis, he could have gone anywhere at this stage in it, and he's going to tuck himself not in the sight, but more likely than not onto a little bit more of a creative endeavor. Where could he have
Flank.
positioned himself? Yeah, there's the flank. Sound made. Not at all paying attention to Trick. That's that round ripped out from their hands in the 1v1.
Good kill on that guy flanking.
Very important frag. I agree, Trick. Glad to see that he's giving his teammate the props he required. They hate I make more money. Kylo, what did you end up staking on? What was your stake that you put 22 on as opposed to 2? Clearly playing a little more reserved financially there, so it can't be anything too safe, right? I imagine. I figure.
Flashing left just cause.
Flashing left for fun, and oh, he did swing the left side, but good trade. Goodbye loses no health after having done so, so now he can play out this clutch a little slower if he'd like with a minute on the clock. He knows Louis loves that right side, but he's gonna have to worry about the timer that's put on right now. Check your watch, bro, because your flank may be exposed and you may be as well.
Probably push.
9-6 Trick. Interesting. Freebie, bruh. Absolutely free. 1v2. Bro, he sits his back exposed and he just turns off his computer, bro. Like, and AFK is there. Unannounced to him, though, is that he's about to get backstabbed. Trick trying his hand at it once more. What's going on in this direction? I don't want to get killed out once again. Molly off that wall, banked forward into gallery. Nobody burns.
Flashing high.
Closer and closer. They look like they want to wean into their entry towards the bomb site itself, and they're playing it slower now to the point where I think Louis and Wumbo are really gifting them opportunities to get frags out. 9-6 out of Trick seems impossible. I don't know. Peep it right now. About to hit 3 as long as they can convert the man advantage. There shouldn't be a problem, to be honest with you. I can't imagine they lose up against pistols, and Goodbye ensures at least that much. Well, no 9-0. You'd be right about that.
When that MP9 on the other head. Deal.
Should be back on buy here.
Reasonable rebuy now for Louis and Wumbo. Shouldn't be all that pressured to get back in. Molly stops the left side swing, but they could very well still show themselves from the doorway. Exposed as GB from all different positions. If they're low on money, they would have been playing probably a little bit closer, and Wumbo was. Adios. Where are you? On the prowl. There goes Trick. And Louis loves that right side, man. He so very much so involves himself from the catwalk.
It's usually cat.
He could be playing on the very right side of this big green gap. No spam? No spam. And is Louis getting silly? Is Louis doing something, a bit of a shenanigans? Is that Desert Eagle reams the first player? Oh my lord, GB pulled an HE grenade. He could have been killed before it left his hands, but thankfully able to finish what Trick had begun. 44 damage, but that's just enough to soften his target. Oof. Okay, lock in Trick and Goodbye, because this is your time to really show yourself in 1v1 me again. They, again, I don't, have they just been forcing every round right now, Louis and Wumbo? Because I feel like they haven't had rifles in a while, and this round, as noted aptly by Goodbye, no nades, no molly, no flashbang, no smoke, nothing. They're just playing this one quiet. Curious. I mean, this map kind of does need you to play your cards a little bit closer to your chest, but not that close, I don't think.
I think it might be just on that wall, you know?
Hear the fight finally go down with the A1S called from the sight lines. Is it an HE lineup? Oh, that could be nice. It isn't going to be killer, but it's an interesting little concept for future usage, perhaps.
Yeah, yeah.
And now they just got to find where Louis is playing from. 12 HP. I mean, Goodbye is clutched up for him before, if he needs to. Yeah, come on. I mean, get in his face, bro. Get active. Make sure you don't throw the wrong nade, bro. That could actually almost come back to kill you. CT is not tucked. He's not on site. He isn't catwalk. Where the hell is bro gone on off to? And he's just going to sit in the smoke now, knowing that he's 12 health. He heard him jump out the window. Easy peasy. Don't overthink this one, honestly, chat. Goodbye. He just needs to stay alive. Louis, he can kill out, if he'd like, this first of the two players on the tap to the bomb. He's got an AWP, actually, though, and that's not the best weapon for that job. One missed shot and you're a dead man walking, clutched up by Trick.
What a waste.
What did he do there?
Like all the money.
Yeah, what did that guy do?
5-2 on T-side Palai. Guys,
Yeah, I feel they might push again.
are they back? Do you think that this is the return to form right now? Do you think this is Trick and Goodbye being the team that they once were? Or do you think it's a little more of a fluke? Almost a spray transition into the second of them. That would have been clean, but 5-3 even then is fine enough. Can they close it? Can they close it? Or is it a flash in the pan? Hmm. Kyla, 9-6, ain't looking too crazy.
I'm gonna go left, I think. Yeah,
There's a world. Your 22 might turn into another bit. Oh, switch POV. You're correct. You're correct. Hold on. I'll do it after this round. We'll switch to Louis POV. I don't want to interrupt mid-round. Unless I could do it like this. I can't. Hold on. We'll do it right after this round.
One cat, one man. Hide.
Keep the stat box for them open before we switch to Louis, just so you know who we're talking to. No stick to the bomb. One more kill needed. Louis clutching, listening for footsteps. Nothing going down. He'll eventually get up off of it, and Goodbye's got his number. Let's switch to POVs.
What'd you fucking eat for breakfast today, man? I don't know, man. I won a main match today, though.
Won a main match today. That's pretty cool.
I can buy him. Yeah. Let's go right again.
Galils? I don't know what they got on the second player there, though. It's just going to be Louis trying to take open his territory that he played with last time. He loves this catwalk position, and he seems to love it just as much on the attack. Peek up. Nobody home in the window. Next out. Elevated to a position that he was not ready for. Goodbye hits him with a gimmick. Gimme, gimme. And Wumbo's just going to sit on his hands. He's just going to pop a squat, as the kids say. Better start taking both side spreads. Ain't a bad strategy. I'm sure that some people have probably profited from that same idea. And eventually the silence is, oh, insane from Wumbo. Did you see that movement? He just surfed on two different surfaces in order to get down silently, but it won't matter. But even though it won't matter, that is clean as hell, bro. That's something that might come back to save you in a play at some point in time. I want to see more teams try to utilize that.
And then, yeah, I can literally just plant for you up top.
We love staking the king of research.
One's on the left, I heard him. One's in the site.
I do love a good researcher. That's a staker after my own heart. I'm Mr. Research when it comes to CS2, especially in 5v5 matches, obviously. Oh no, Wumbo is low. Louis going down means that one bullet left could just easily finish this round. Tap on the bomb. Full stick. No swing. Window exposed. Wumbo goes fast. What another movement round that almost wins it again, but just can't with the HP being as low as it was. Oh my god, dude. Wumbo, a valiant effort. He is flying on this map, though, dude.
I guess he just spammed me through the smoke.
They gotta start taking notes out of his book for movement.
Insane luck.
8-3. This is a spanking, one that I could not have predicted this far. 9-3. I definitely did not expect. Absolutely not. I don't know who could have possibly have put this in their wheelhouse for a stake, but if you did, God bless you.
One Molly's left.
Louis has literally not faded from this right side swing, and Goodbye has had enough of it. He is finished with their shenanigans. He has dropped the first of the two bodies left to take the win over the line. And Wumbo, okay, try it again. Nope. And we're crashing. And we're crashing out. Tough scenes. It's just too many eyes on him. Wumbo left with 30 to the almost 100 of both of these players, I think. And it looks like we're getting an unexpected post-game interview for most teams, unless Wumbo can do the unthinkable, to which he cannot. Double kill for GB, and we go the distance not. Unlucky, but very proficient on Palai. Have trick and Goodbye. Welcome on in. Oh, it's been a minute since the winners interviews. I don't know if the last win that you had was on stream or not. I can't recall, but I do know that you have 2 wins now in a row, if I'm not mistaken. How's that feel?
Yes. It feels pretty good. I mean, we had this week kind of off just because of some IRL scheduling stuff. So this is our first match of the week.
Yes.
And wasn't there's a little scheduling snafu for it, so came into it kind of unexpectedly, but maybe that's what we need. Maybe I just need to be surprised when we have our games all the time.
Yeah, I saw that it took you a second to get actually into the Discord. I was a little bit worried on that front, but you know, all's well that ends well, and the win. So you know, that game being one where you had, I think, a pretty decent underdog story considering your recent matchups in general. But there was a win that you had against this very team 9-7 previously. Obviously, your most recent game was a win a week ago on Friday. So you know, Palai is a map that has a little bit of that like story potential to come back and really make a return to form. I think that we had seen that from a couple different teams recently, but honestly, truthfully, that one was much needed for you guys. So how does it really feel to have gotten not only that win, but how dominantly that you had found it? What do you think was going so right?
Goodbye was going so right. Just every round, he was just pulling us out of the dirt. Every time we needed like a big double kill or anything, he just insta-trade me out and just get both. He carried that T side for us and just like gave us the momentum to win out on CT.
Quiet. My soundboard is playing like a million sounds. Is my alt key like jammed? What's going on?
Oh.
All right, sorry. I was just playing like my Kobe sound effect and then like a sad trumpet. Like I was like, I wasn't trolling you guys. my bad. But you know, that game was one that I was pretty excited to see go your way after having such a drought. So going into your future matchups, I know that you're going to probably be looking back on this one pretty fondly. You're probably maybe even going to be thinking back onto this one if you have to play Palai again. So for those of you in chat who have, you know, seen them in recent history and then see this win come out, right? I think previously at the beginning of the season, people wouldn't have been so shocked, right? You were having a pretty good string of victories, and then it just took a little bit of time for you to get back on form. So I wish you the best of luck in the future, but I am also going to integrate you into our conversation for next match. It's Team Caker and Team Slump. Now, Team Slump obviously have lost games. They're the first seed, though, in the entirety of the season, having looked pretty hot. Do you think there's a world that Caker and Classic can take this one? And if they did, what would that scoreline look like to you?
I believe if it's a big Caker pop-off game that they can win. I think if he really shows out, I think he's the X factor for that team, like GB kind of is for us. And if he really shows out, then they can win in dominant fashion. It all just comes down to the pistol rounds for them. If they don't let Slump get the rifles up first, I think they got a really good shot.
Pistols are huge. Just stringing along those first 2 rounds, like you can get the momentum on your side and definitely run away with it.
Yeah,
I'd say the Stakers should be on upset watch.
Okay, well, I mean, look, this is a match that has not been played before. Again, I actually get a little bit shocked when I see first-time matchups this late into the season. It's week 6. We're almost on week 7 now, as we're on day 4 already as is. And this is going to be one where they play on the map of, you guessed it, Game 4, Palai. It feels like this map is unironically just like every team is playing it like 5 times a week, it feels like. We're just throwing them in there, and we're going to continue on form. If you guys are joining us for the first time tonight, this map has been played already 3 times, or excuse me, 2 times. So does that change anything for you as far as the map is concerned?
No, I mean, I love Ply, and I love to see the boys eat on Ply. I mean, it's just one of the maps that we haven't gotten to play in a little bit, especially during our drought. We didn't get to play it that much,
Sure.
and it's one that we definitely think is stronger for us. So I think other teams will be able to bring that as well.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if that will be the case. But again, I asked you if you think it's possible, but now I want to ask you more realistically what you think the outcome of that matchup will be with a scoreline included from the both of you.
I'll start, and I'll go. It's going to be a 9-6 for Caker.
I don't. I'm gonna be a little realistic and go 9-6 slump. But I do see Trick's line of thinking here, because if they string along some rounds, it could get nasty.
So what I'm hearing is that at the very least, at the bare minimum in your minds collectively, Caker and Classic are getting at least 6 rounds. That's what we're feeling right now.
I'd say so.
All right, well, it looks like you're about the same mind. I think personally the Caker and Classic have come into this season with a level that I wasn't actually anticipating compared to these other rosters as well. So I think Shane and Slump may have their work cut out for them. I think it could be a very good game, and I think it would also be really cool to see an upset of that nature. Obviously not for Shane and Slump, but from a spectator point of view. So thank you for joining me in the pregame. Thank you for lobbing in a couple of your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the next game here in the postgame, and maybe we'll be seeing you again real soon with some wins under your belt. Congrats again.
Thank you.
For sure.
Peace.
And with that, guys, we can check on the tail of the tape. I'm going to give you guys a look at that one, and you can see how you're feeling about this fourth game of the night between Caker Classic, Slump, and Shane. 6th in the season thus far. Actually, I think that will have shifted. For those of you who are unaware, they are 7th place now because of the last games that were played. So, here, hold on. Let's do like a little, 6? No. 7. You like that? You like that, guys? 6, 7? You get it? It's funny, right? Really funny joke. Let's put that right over it. So now you know, after having things shifted, that's where they actually stand in the ladder and the leaderboard thus far. 5-win gap between the two rosters, though, actually checking in on the fact that they've played 26 maps, 22 for Slump and Shane. Very curious is that separation between the two of them, with First Blood as well as the KD being for Shane and Slump so very far away from one another. That is absurd. You think about the fact that the time for them to start to play out on these maps in particular, like Palai, has been pretty decent as well. I don't remember the last time we saw Slump and Shane on it, but Caker and Classic have looked pretty damn good. I think they've really put together a good season for themselves thus far on that map in particular. So, First Blood, Shane, Slump, definitely feeling that one. Caker, if you're not feeling Shane Slumper, is definitely a good one as well. I'm actually shocked to see that Caker is so very far away as far as the multiplier is concerned from the other two. He's getting First Blood infinitely more times than Classic has been in their matchups. So don't sleep on that. That's kind of a more free pick between the two of them. Someone banned Tony. My bad. Tony, shut up. My bad. I can't make the dog shit 6-7 jokes, but you bums can come into my chat and into my streams and say it. I find that to be bull, okay? So frankly, I'm not putting up with it. I'll say what I want. If you guys can come in here and say that trash, so can I. Because the 6-7 jokes are probably the most unfunny thing I've ever heard in my life. Ironically, it is not funny. Unironically, it is not funny. I think we're gonna need to start doing some what do you call it, fines for that damn joke. I'll take them too. Yes, yeah, I agree. Exactly. Yeah. So you see. So you guys got to start trash talking the players when they come in here into my interviews and start saying things like that, because we're going to see Caker and Classic probably spamming 6-7 in chat, okay? So you go into their Twitch streams and you don't threaten their lives or anything, but call them stupid. I'm kidding. Don't incite hate. Matchup, as you can see, though, is very much so in the favor of Slump and Shane. That goes without saying, okay? So I think that it's going to be Caker and Classic that need to come into this one with a level of nuance to their individual play that we haven't yet seen before, but also that Caker steamroll. We've seen Caker have matches where he just drops close to like 12 to 14 kills and not carrying Classic, because just honest and truthfully, Caker gets into those fights and just wins them outright more regularly. With Classic still alive. So that's that. What do you guys think? 1.31, 2.76. Feeling that one. First Blood, a little bit of Caker, now above Classic. Shane and Slump still very much so over that of their opponents, though. Checking on the other side, 9-3, 9-2, 9-4, 9-5, and 9-6, predominantly taking over the board for the Super Stake for the win series score, favoring Slump and Shane. So we'll see if that'll actually work out. As it's smoothing a bit there, the difference between the two teams. Feels like some people are giving a little bit more credence to that of the Caker and Classic dynamic duo. Very interesting. Saw the 7 was still on the screen for a second there, and I had to get rid of that. How did I get rid of that? We're going to be watching the Shane POV for those of you who were always worrying about who I'm going to be watching first. I'm telling you right now, that's who it's going to be, so don't be surprised when we hop into that, okay? Don't be surprised. What's up, Tank Dale? How you doing, brother? Good evening, or afternoon, or morning, or whatever the hell. Not sure where everybody's tuning in from, but it's late as hell on the East Coast, so. Hello.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
Hey. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty solid, doing pretty well. Obviously, game 4 of the night, we're starting to enter the low point. We're starting to wind down a little bit, but I need you to fire us back up. I need you to get us back on the top of our game right now, because an upset win, very much so one that I think you can even agree against Shane and Slump, would fire up the chat, and definitely probably fire up a couple of stakers who are feeling your direction. So talk to me a little bit about your level coming into this one and how you're feeling your odds are, because you got to be, no offense, a little bit delusional, but at the same time, very much so confident. A bit of both.
I'm feeling pretty confident. I've been shooting the gun pretty well, and I know, Slump and Shane are very good players, but anything's possible, especially on a map like Palai. So I'm not worried about nothing. It's just gonna be a fun game for us.
Classic.
Yeah, I think these guys could definitely shoot back. They just shoot hard as fuck. So today's gonna be a team-focused day for sure.
Yeah, I think pretty regularly we go into these matchups with Shane and Slump, and then obviously come into it with the expectation that they're going to win. Obviously, #1 seed, most experienced team in this season thus far. However, they've also had a couple of very close calls. I mean, it's not like their wins by and large have been 100% success rate with rounds converted too. I mean, 2 wins ago was against Team STX, Golden Gun. Most recent win, a 9-6 in favor of them over Team Twigs. So they are vulnerable. They are killable. They are not gods. However, that tonight is going to need to be exposed by you guys on Palai. So give me a little bit of a game plan walkthrough without breaking down all your strategies or anything like that as to how you need to play this one to not get abused by them.
Yeah, don't leak, bro.
I think me and Classic just got to play together for the most part.
Team
and,
play,
just work on.
said, okay.
Yeah. Stick with that game plan.
I mean, to be honest with you, we've seen 3 games tonight already on this map, including yours. So this will, I mean, it's nuts. But it's one of these things where I think, honestly, truthfully, watching these last 2 games, it's kind of crazy to me how easily it is to read some of the teams that are playing out on it. So I don't know how you guys actually are going to opt to work up against Shane and Slump, or how predictable they're going to be. But I think by and large, it will just have to come down to not only the fact that you're playing together, but shooting the gun hard. I was talking to Trick and Goodbye, and they were saying that you guys need to come into this one with like a level about you, like a Caker steamroll, I think is what I think Trick had said. That was some like a win condition for that. So, we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to need a scoreline prediction before we do jump into the next interview before the match.
I'm gonna go with something bold.
Do it.
I'm gonna go with a 9-4 victory for us.
Classic.
I'm gonna keep it modest and keep it reasonable. I say we take them the Golden Gun, and we lose.
Okay. I'm very curious to see how this one pans out and plays, because we do have games where some teams just say that they don't think that they're unfortunately going to be able to pull away with the win, so I don't blame you. Guys, good luck to you. If we do see you with the victory, it'll be a blessing to get you back for the post game, but until then, we'll see what happens on Palai.
Thank you.
Shane Slump. Game, what's our pre-game meal right now? I see you bulking up right now on stream, but I can't tell what it's what it is.
Some cut pineapple.
Oh, okay, not bad. That's a pretty good snack before we jump into the matchup. And before we jump into it, I'm gonna have to know how you guys feel about Palai in particular, because my mind, honestly and truthfully, is a little bit frazzled. It's kind of all melding into one day, some of these matches, and we've seen 3 Palai matches already. So what do you think about this map for you guys?
I dislike it.
You dislike
It's not
it.
a fun map.
Yeah, okay, reasonable, because I think that a lot of teams are probably in the same boat as you on that front. And on the other side of things, they seem to be pretty humble about what they think this one will look like, one of which was pretty confident, the other saying it's going to go to the golden gun and they're going to lose. And you guys have had some tight games. How do you really make of some of these recent matchups? Has it come down to a map difference, maybe even a ping difference if you want to be a little bit more copy, or has it just been maybe teams showing up and shooting?
Probably mainly like the map.
Primarily a map difference.
Yeah.
I watched you guys on Assembly, I think it was, and that was like something crazy. Like watching that matchup was like Shane double kill, and I didn't want to blow up the fact that you weren't having a great game, Slump. But coming into a match like this, I know that Kaker can get pretty hot to the gun, so it's a matter of you guys playing a little bit at the same level, I think. So we'll see if that will be the case. But I'm gonna need a scoreline prediction from you both.
9-5.
9-4.
9-5, 9-4. It's definitely going to be a little bit of an easier game for you two should you be able to come online quick, I feel like. But we'll see if that is the case and if there's an opening. Good luck to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Shane and Slump. 30 seconds left. Get your stakes in now because there's no time to waste. Every second wasted is $1 gone unearned. Ban everyone? All right, everybody's banned. Fourth game of the night. One more to go after this one, everybody, so put on your thinking caps. I'm a 10-year customer. Okay. Let's see if there was any meaningful chats from you guys. Or if it's just a bunch of yap. Nah, nothing really going on. Dude, scroll. Okay, first time these two teams have played also, might I remind you. So that's going to be a pretty fun one. We're witnessing a 1v1 me first for the season. And I think this is probably, almost definitely, has to be some of the last of the matches that have yet to be played out. So take it as a privilege. You the one yapping? Bro, you're right. That's what I get paid to do. He's right. Why are the graphics for CS2 suck? I love the graphics on CS2. I think it looks great. It's not like Battlefield graphics. If you want to play Battlefield, go play Battlefield. You know what I mean? If you want a hyper-realistic game, that's not this one. Rainbow Six Siege or something. You can also tweak the game to make it look better, but obviously most people are looking for performance. How can I join CS2? You probably, unfortunately, can't. This season is locked. Next season is already a wait list for players and teams potentially.
Like some apples, like some are fine, but
They're going to be, high level teams and players obviously looking to come into this with good followings, reputable in some capacity as well. And right now, Classic just reams him. Holy shit! But a Slump 1v2, I mean, he might be able to make something of this. He's only got to find the one tap to the left of only Sayonara Kaker and hello to an early lead.
Check right, and as soon as I looked right, they came around the corner. So my next jiggle, he had already seen my shoulder. And he was
CS2 like Team Fortress? I am new. No. It's got headshots for every weapon. It's based on money. You don't spawn with every weapon that you want, so you've got to buy each round. SMGs, rifles, sniper. And pistols. You gotta budget your economy well. You have to buy armor and helmet in order to make yourself a more threatening target.
Someone in the roof?
Mm-hmm. You have my right hand side? I have to itch my fucking arm if I die.
In the actual game, it's 1st to 13. In Wingman, it's 1st to 9 with 2 halves for each side, 1 attack, 1 defending. If you go to 8-8, then we go to the golden gun. Any other information that you need if you're not familiar with Counter-Strike 2, and I can tell you. That nade could be destructive, or it could just be barely shallow.
This guy might not be low.
Okay, this
yeah, he's only with a pistol. He just wants to peek.
He's left side.
And eventually he'll give him exactly what he asked for, but he's taking damage. Like nobody's business. Slump double kill. Oh my god.
I'll try to go up. I'll try to go up this round. Trust.
Thanks for the explanation. I appreciate
Dude,
you.
I'm actually so cold, man. I woke up out of a deep slumber.
Lift.
A deep slumber? Bro was tired. Bro woke up, started eating pineapple before his match. What a trooper. Here comes the walk up. The creep and crawl. Is Kaker gonna be holding for it from the top left? He's not. He's gonna be watching it from right in front of him.
Inside dead.
Smoke to that now. And Classic's also been called the rough. He calls it the rough, dude. And he should have heard Slump, so.
Were you trying to lose?
First to 9.
Can't go up there.
I tried, man.
Dude, he could be up left,
He
man.
could have. Ooh, he could have lurked that. I was gonna say. But Slump's smart. Slump's smart. They keep their equipment after winning rounds. Correct.
That's unbelievable.
You also keep your equipment after losing rounds if you save, but you're never going to be saving in 2v2, so you don't got to worry about that.
What are you doing? He dropped.
On the roof.
On the rough. They both say rough.
He dropped near you.
What are these comms?
No. On site.
Where are these guys? I got to ask where they're from. Different dialect of English. And that was another one that took a little while longer than maybe I expected it to. 2 AKs, upgrade. It's not looking too great right now for Kaker and Classic. I don't know what their money looked like that round, but they both had AKs, so they should be broke here. That's my professional opinion. I do love Team Fortress 2, whoever mentioned that game before, though. That game's gas.
Close to you, I think.
Acting like you finna one
He's just camping? Well, LLX, this game is quite literally based on the idea that you're supposed to defend your bomb site. And if you're playing in a clutch, you can't just run at them, because it's not Call of Duty. Already on top of the site is the other of the two. What weapon does he have is the question.
I don't know.
But it's
I
the
literally
double.
don't know. Like, I actually don't. No, I swear to God,
Double
they had
kill,
to have
baby.
instantly came out. Like, when I came around mid to peek from the
This is a
right.
camper's game.
Nah, man. I
Never
don't
off.
know.
Try this. Push right side.
No.
Best weapons to buy in
We can't push
CS2.
on CT on
The
the map, man.
AK-47 for
It's not
the
something
attacking
we can do.
side,
It's not plausible.
the M4A4 or M4A1S on the CT side, and the AWP, which is a sniper rifle, for either side. They can both buy it. It does one-hit kill to the waist and up.
He ate that.
One below.
If you can afford the fully automatic rifles, then you buy those. Right now, Shane and Slump are
He's up
looking
left,
to double, looking to play
We'll be
together, and that incendiary will stop them from coming from the right side, but the Molotov will stop
Round's over.
anything from happening on Shane and Slump's end.
Both. Guaranteed.
Are they just
Go
going to
back,
swing
go
him?
back over here, boost. Yeah, boost. Yup.
Shane and Slump, I don't think, realize that they can
Tell them exactly where we're going.
self-boost themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can do a little bit of a classic double boost.
Going fast.
That's pretty cool. Flash through that windowsill for them to go peeking in together. It's a team game, and they're going to be holding down the spray, and it looks like Kaker actually will win out the round and being able to find them a huge clutch to pull off where they were starting to lose way too many.
Kill there, bud. Not buying it.
Is Slump the best team? Yes, they are number
Hey, Dom, I
one
love you to
seeded
death. You're my one and only friend.
in the season so far, 18-4.
Yeah.
We're going to be watching, I think, Kaker's POV on this Switch, if I'm not mistaken, at the halftime. What the hell was that, bro? Did you hear that?
Could be up left if you got.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Kaker
that's
did it
scary, dude.
again.
Comps?
Kaker's actually cracking him down. We're not wasting any time. That reload pops off, and he's still silent, so I actually think he did double back to see if he was coming in through the spawn. That's so much damage, bro. Shane is a dead man
I'm
walking.
not gonna lie, this guy had like a pixel angle on me and killed it.
Why are they playing it like they're the counter terrorists?
Why are they playing like that?
God, I can't stand it, man. Like, why are you
LLX
playing this
low-key.
map like you are the CT. You're just gonna sit there and hold for us to push. the whole
LLX,
fucking
they
round.
agree with you, bro. They agree with you. Check that out, bro.
Don't
They
fucking
actually
push, Slump.
they agree with you.
I'm playing close.
Oh my god, bro, that's crazy. Team Fortress is one of your all-time faves. I agree. I got so many hours on that game, but I got even more on Counter-Strike 2. And oh my good lord,
I have no idea where this
the
other fucker
double
is, man. It's
dink.
being creepy.
Where the hell is Kaker gone off to if that's how his teammate is gonna get
Being
killed?
creepy as a dog.
Creepy as a dog. Shane has
There,
the
a few more times.
craziest, the craziest
something's got top.
words
He's
that he
mid.
describes people with. What and who the hell is that?
Oh, he's on me.
Fernando
Oh, okay.
Super 10. Okay, thanks for following Shane, bro, and you're taking up my fucking screen. Can you move out of here, please? Can you... Come on. Thanks. Appreciate it. Now
he
it's gonna
actually
be the
went
1v1.
Yes, I dinked him and hit him one
Slump
time
is
in the body
gone.
with an MP9.
Shane has it all on the line.
Close range.
He was given the information that Kaker is dinked, okay? So, if that's true, then that's great. If Slump just lied to him,
Can't stop shaking.
then we might be chalked. Kaker hasn't yet gone to plant, but with 20 seconds left now, he needs to type in the digits to the C4, and that'll actually activate Shane to then get into the site, but that Molotov is going to stop him from doing a damn thing. Flash up high, over top side now, swinging in, jumping through the windowsill. That smoke is just the top of Kaker to try and play out the clutch, and the dink is in. Damage is close, but just not enough. 5-2.
Followed me.
Oof.
Thank you, Fernando Super 10.
Fernando Super 10.
89. Drop. Overwork. Process.
Kick your turkey chicken.
All right, one more round on this half. See if it'll really come to matter that Kaker and Classic have given themselves a breathing room of 2. 3 would be perfect, but Kaker again bested by Shane in this close range side of the catwalk. AKV. AK Shane's is a little bit better. And the next of them is even worse off. Dubbed on. Dunked on, even some would say. Let's get on Kaker's POV now, okay? That was rhetorical. I'm doing it anyway.
Same setup. You window me, right? Yeah, I'm gonna jump out. That's fine.
Let's work it out. What do you got left in you, Keika? He is sniffing his monitor right now, and you can't even see it because his camera is facing it off of the screen, but he is actually breathing in every pixel of Palai right now, and he's also going to be able to find the first shot. It's because of it, a result of it is the double kill collected. Boom! The double kill, the get shit on, ejected from the first round pistol. Money back now for Kaker and Classic to try and make it happen. Team, it might not be over. It might not be done.
Yeah, they're probably gonna.
I think that we might have a game on our hands here. Ooh, that flashbang into the green room. He eats that. He doesn't get run through, though. So they wasted their timing on it, actually, and the both of them will go down. Another double kill. Kaker is a monster right now. It was profit from Trick and Goodbye that this might happen. He's got 10 kills. Unfortunately, Classic only able to manage his 1. He's going to need to start to do a little bit more of the lifting of his weight if they want to win this game, guys. Molly, very deep. That nade off the wall is absolutely ass. That is the worst nade I think I've ever seen. Usually I use this sound effect because he just turned his brain off as he whipped it at the wall and it comes back and blows him up. But that's actually worse than a Windows error. That is just poop. Player in the jump spot boosted. Slump's dead. Shane's nearby and they can confirm it, and Classic's gonna walk it down. 5-6. 5-6. They've got to start to feel like there's a realistic world and chance they can close it now. As they get that tie, it would mean they shut down pistols here. I think that they're broke, Shane and Slump. It'll be like Tech 9s and Armor or maybe Mac 10s. Unless they do something absolutely insane. Nade goes all the way deep. The A1S holds down the fort. If Classic can't do it, he's double killing. Guys, not only did Classic just get his first double kill, but he's started the CT half with already tripling his kills on conversion. I've always loved you, Kaker. The switch up is crazy. But the comeback is real.
Like lower.
In game 4 of the night, we may have just given ourselves one of the craziest turns of a match result. Period. Oh, reamed by Slump, though. Classic sitting tight. If they're smart right now, Shane and Slump, they just double swing the site. They just go all up and in and hit the trade. There should be no possible chance that they go with this one unwon. And Classic getting one of the engagements where he doesn't get to find it instantly, that's when it all falls apart. 7th found, lead once again regained for Slump and Shane. And there it is. Absolute bot, man. Get that off my screen, bruh. Oh my god. I gotta find them. I gotta get them fined. I mean, Kaker's throwing the same Molly nade combo all half long. And it hasn't really worked. And they've already walked to the site. Kaker clutch? 1v2? Are we feeling it? The electric, is it in the stadium? Or is it just too much for him to overcome? Up and at him. Through that smoke on a timing, perhaps. He's waited about 5 seconds to make it less obvious that he might do so. Dinks the first of them, but isn't able to rain in the spray. Double kill for Shane, and this might be the game potentially now, as their money is still good. They got one more buy to try and shut it down. The last lifeline. The final bastion of Palai. Nade blows nothing open. No players on the receiving end. Classic's been abused a little bit on the side of the map to where Kaker getting reintegrated into the round is just so difficult for him. Player already coming up through mid. Last time that happened, Classic wasn't able to do a damn thing about it. And Kaker is gambling that this duel will go his way if they look over. I don't know if it will. I really don't. They drop down and beneath. Are they going to try and play together, or are they going to separate and spread? It looks like it. Kaker on recon. Where have they gone? The planter obviously is one player that they're aware of, but the next of them in slump is the one that he's more focused on as he takes his fight. No, spam through the smoke, 100 to 0, and the H, he finishes it. An absolute dunk of a Kobe nade and a double kill. Shay and Slump win it based on that and that alone. That's crazy. So damn close. But as they say, no cigar. Let's move on to the pre-match for our next game whilst getting an interview with our victors. Hold on one second. Slump's all the way down in the Discord, and I gotta find a way to get him here. All right. All right, team. Well, that one was a little closer. I think you got pretty close on your prediction as well. That map got to be a little bit crazy in the beginning. It felt like they were playing it a lot slower. Do you think that actually came back to bite you? I think that Shane had a pretty good reaction into trying to figure that out at some point.
Yeah, they were just standing still, like they were the counter-terrorists. So we just had to not push, and then we started winning.
It's true. I mean, even experimenting with trying to get up that that pipe, that was pretty cool. I actually don't know if you fully can. I saw you test it one time, maybe twice.
Yeah, I tested it around after, and there's like a little ledge.
It's like a clipping on the end?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks, actually. I know that I've seen some people, like, silent slide from the topside T-roof down that, too. So that's pretty sick. That's some movement you could open yourself up to in the future. But, that, I mean, the shots just seem to be starting to flow as that second half, and you got your money in your hands, too. So congratulations on that front. You take your win, you keep yourselves in that first place finish, and you really start to create a distance between you and everybody else in the beginning of the season. Now, as that starts to, you know, like, close just a little bit, it's playoffs and only playoffs you guys are looking for from this point forth. I don't really think that there's a major, you know, buff to finding first place seeding that you would be looking for, but it just looks all the more impressive as you go by. So that's the first time you played Kaker in Classic. Did you think that they were playing it any better as far as their shots are concerned that you were expecting going into that match?
No, it was pretty
really,
normal.
Standard CS, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, look, it's a not exactly like close down to the wire game, but it's one that you still handled. So again, congrats to you gentlemen, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you too.
For sure. And guys, that's going to do it for that match as we do go and enter into our Fusion versus Empathy finisher, okay? That's our last game. It's the dropping of the hammer for one of these two teams, as we can take a look at the fact that there is already one time they've played against one another. It was a 9-5. Everybody's worst nightmare in the esports scene, but the number 16th seed versus the number 2 seed. I mean, to be frank, that last game was already a pretty uphill battle, I think, for Kaker and Classic to say that they could have a chance, in which they definitely did. But this one, this is a different level. This is an entirely different realm of possibility. The last place seed up against the team contesting for the first place finish in the regular season. So I don't really have too crazy high hopes for Fusion and Edge, but I don't want to count them out completely. I don't think that they're going to get blown out of the water by any means, or at the very least, I would hope that that's not the case. Last time they played that 9-5, let's see what the map was, because that's pretty important to our conversation. Memento. If it's Palai, I'm going to freak out. It's Whistle. Okay. Whew. No more Palai. I'm sick of that right now. Get that out of my map pool for a minute, okay? Take a peek at the tail of the tape as well. The last game of our night. That's the distance, guys. 12 wins. 12 more wins than their opponent and 12 more losses for Fusion and Edge. That's tough. That is very tough, to say the least. That is a deep sleep slump that they need to pull themselves out from. And I'm not talking about slump the team. I'm talking about the fact that they've just not been able to look even remotely as strong as they're required to for their future in this tournament, as it were. See what you guys have staked while we discuss those numbers. A 2.6 to 135. I think that even that is actually a little bit close. To foresee that Fusion and Edge could win this one, you better be dropping like $5. Because you're playing with fire. In one of the most dangerous ways possible. See what the super stakes are for you too. Let's throw it back now to our main screen. Got ourselves 9 to 5, 9 to 4, 9 to 3, 9 to 2, 9 to 1, 9-0 actually is where it feels like it's pretty evenly caught between Empathy's team. If Fusion is to win, we're thinking it's a 9 to 6. I can get behind that if there is to be any score. 9-0 Fusion on $20. That is probably the worst stake that has ever been staked, unfortunately, Tank. I love you. I really do. But a financially unwise decision given previous histories, I think. 4 out of the 5 last games are losses. L's. 3 out of the last 5 are wins for Empathy, but 2 of the most recent are pretty dominant defeats, actually, at the hands of Hambuga over on Brewery, 9 to 4, and most recently against their compatriots in STX and Raven on Rooftop. So, I guess if there is one thing going their way, it's that the recency bias ain't looking great, but it ain't looking great for them either, so I gotta take the risk. Okay, well, let it be, let it be.
You here?
Get the hell out of my Discord, noobs.
Oh, my fault.
I didn't realize.
Did you guys need something?
No, I just forgot that we were in here. I thought we got moved or something.
No worries, bro.
Goodbye forever.
Catch you later.
Goodbye forever.
Forever, shit. Well, on ONL. I've never seen that. I've seen on God. ONG. What's ONL? Scared money don't make money. Sometimes them risks hurt. I just won, so I'm just watching, just trying to hit peeping just for the love of the game, for the love of the sport. Love to see that. Seeing in our Twitch chat real quick that VenomX Nate saying that Edge super upset 9-8 golden gun. That'd be something spectacular. No way Fusion lose to some. There actually is definitely a way that they lose to Empathy and Fox. They're the last seeded team in the tournament. Fusion and Edge, unfortunately, to the number 2. Let me remind you, brother. Peep that. There's definitely a way. A likelihood. I would even go as far as to say a super majority of a possibility. We're looking at that probably as the highest chance. What do you predict the score to be? Probably like 9-3 or 4 for Empathy or Fox. I'd say 9-4. Say 9-4. Map is Whistle. I've seen Empathy and Fox on Whistle previously, and they look pretty solid, pretty stable. Looked like a team that can take that map relatively easily. We'll see what goes on in the interview, though. Empathy and Fox, we're going into Whistle. It's one that I've seen you play on before. I've seen some pretty decent success stories. I've seen some insane double kills come out from the both of you as well in trying to convert man disadvantages. And seeing now that we're going up against, no offense to Bros, the 16th seed. Do we have any fear of this match? I mean, I want to ask you kind of right out the gate what you think the scoreline for this one is going to be, not to dilly-dally.
I'm terrified.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
What the hell?
Absolutely
pretty good.
shaking.
I was just playing Apex, and that's like the best warm-up for CF, so probably 9-4.
Best warm-up.
I'm gonna say 9. 9-4 is probably accurate. Yeah.
That's what I said too, actually, just to let you guys know. I mean, I'm non-biased, okay? They're my friends, even, I would go as far as to say. So 9-4 I thought is a pretty reasonable choice. I'm thinking definitely that this one is going to be one where you guys come into this one with not a chip on your shoulder, but definitely results on this map as well as an individual performance throughout the season that really does give me a lot of inspiration over Edge and Fusion, where they've had their struggles. They've started things out maybe a little bit more competitive, taking games deep, but never being able to finish them. And that's the most important thing. So even if they do make this one competitive, I found them choking more towards the ends of that 9-7, 9-8 scoreline as well, more often than not. So talking about the fact that you guys are that second seed, do you have any sort of like thoughts as to whether or not you got ambitions to be definitely number one, or are you kind of focused on the fact that you just don't want to get bumped out of playoffs contention for the future?
I
We
don't
could
think
probably get number one.
I don't think we can get number one because
Is there not
we'll
enough
be,
time?
we'll be in Europe for 2 weeks.
Oh, you're
So
right.
I don't think we can get number one. So I think
Can we
we're
not
just
play from
gonna-
the prac room?
on 200 ping. I'd assume not.
That'd be a really
But
funny
I mean,
game to watch.
I would assume not, but maybe.
Well, I mean,
Probably
listen,
not.
I guess that's a question to be answered at a later date, but for right now, you're grinding out as many games as many wins as you can, and right now it's looking to be working out pretty damn well. I mean, I'm going to pull up the tail of the tape one more time to show those in difference. You have 12 more wins than they do, and they have 12 more losses than you do, so they've played a total of 24 games, but so have you. It's a complete juxtaposition as to what your guys' seasons have looked like thus far, and going into this matchup, we look to see whether or not that'll be a reflection of the scoreline as well. So you guys had said a 9-4 pretty convincingly between the both of you, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And
I would say so.
we'll have to see if you're, about one mind that is manifesting that as just such a result. Whistle on the way in just a bit. Until we do get to that point, though, I do appreciate you stopping in and potentially to see it back for the winners in just a bit.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I don't know who to throw you to. I'm going to throw you to all those people down there. Deal with them. Edge and Fusion. Hello. How is the night?
Hey, buddy.
How has the night been? Seeing as that now we're at the very ends of it, we are at the final game. It's getting a little later for a lot of people. Are we tired? Are we awake?
Yeah.
Are we alive? What's going on?
I made the grave, but last night I made the grave mistake of sleeping for 3 hours at 9 p.m. So that was pretty bad. Tonight I didn't do that, and I've been drinking a lot more water, so I feel a little awake.
Okay, Edge.
Perfect amount of awake, I would argue.
Just got done with my midterm earlier today, but I popped a ghost open. I'm feeling good.
Okay, what flavor ghost are we ripping on the night?
Grape.
Welch's
always
grape.
Come
Welch's grape. Oh my god,
dude,
it's
the
so
Welch's
good.
grape is
It's
fire.
so good. It's so good, dude.
I remember having that for the first time at the Philly Land that just went down. It was insane, dude. But yeah.
Did I give you that? Was that me?
No, I think I got it from the fridge in the back.
Oh,
but,
okay. I know I brought some with me, so I wasn't sure if I want them to eat.
No, they're gas. Chat. If
They're
you're
so good.
if you're a fan of energy drinks and you're a fan of ghosts and you're a fan of Welch's grape juice, you got to find the combination of those because they're banging. Not sponsored, by the way. But talking about the game, we've got about 3.5 minutes to get into this one on Whistle, guys. I can't be apparent about this enough with you without kind of making you feel maybe a little bit badder. That
You don't even tell me twice, bro.
You got 12
You're
more
good.
losses than they do, and they've got 12 more wins than you do. You come into Whistle, talk to me not necessarily about the team you're playing up against as far as your mindset is concerned, unless you want to, but more so how much you think actually the map itself is going to make the difference.
Oh, well, here's the thing. We've missed out on Whistle for a few weeks now. We played it, I think, Kicker Classic like
I
week
remember
1,
that.
and then we maybe got stomped out by Frizzy and Little Beer on it. Maybe. I think we only played it once or twice, so kind of in unfamiliar territories. I
Sure.
just think the T side of this map is a little more awkward to break down than a map like, I don't know, even Palais, which I've been pretty open about not enjoying the T side of that map. I think the T side of this map is there's so many awkward sight lines with the way that CT can see straight through the building, the middle, and then the Coles is just a range angle, which is a little rough for the Glock sometimes. So it's a lot of the opening the map is coin flips and picking your fights and just winning your duels, as long as the duels are there for you to find.
Yeah, well, I mean, that map is one of those where it's a lot more linear than most. There's not like a whole lot of
Yeah.
elevation changes, and I think that favors some
Great
teams,
word.
hurts some others, and I think that unfortunately you've fallen into the category of playing against one of the teams that probably are more favored in that regard.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, Tony, but we whip out some crazy boosts.
I have seen a couple of silly millies, yeah.
Yeah, and this map, they're just not there.
Yeah, well,
So.
there's a couple, but I'm not gonna leak.
They're not
I've
very
s-
good.
I've seen a couple here and there.
Trust me, we've boosted on every square meter of every one of these maps.
We'll see if your boosts and your gimmicks will come to matter. Edge, I'm going to ask you first and foremost what you think the scoreline of this one is going to be, and then I'm going to serve it up to you, Fusion.
Saying a good old 9-6 here.
9-6,
come out swing.
All right. Well, considering our track record, which I know is not good, I'm sorry. Gonna have to stay close in that. We're due for a golden gun, and we're due to win one, dude. I just want to win a golden gun. I want to say 9-8 us.
Okay. Well, listen.
I love the pressure.
That's some high pressure. The 9-8 on Whistle of all maps too. Like, listen, guys.
Yeah, right. And we're starting T-side. Ooh, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm rocking with it.
Oh my god.
It's us.
Well, I have some fans in the chat right now saying Edge is going to get 15 plus kills, and that it's going to be a golden gun win for you guys. So let's see how this one rips. I'm going to be excited to see how it goes down. A minute left on the stakes. Gentlemen, I'm going to throw you down and get ready for that match.
Thank you, Tony.
Absolutely. Catch you soon. All right. Well, it's a little bit awkward, to be honest with you, that they think that this one is going to go so deep, but they have their realism about them at the very least in saying that they don't know whether or not they can win out if it isn't going to go to the golden gun. 40 seconds left. Make sure you get your stakes in chat before we do close. Make sure of it. Don't want to leave you hanging. Gonna make sure you guys get everything that you want there and more. First bloods for Empathy, we're thinking. Actually, the numbers are shifting pretty rapidly. The overall win to 1.18, 3.53. I think that's pretty reasonable. And then the most staked for score looks to be 9-4 for Empathy and Fox. What's my name? Or why not? YNOT. One or the other. As you please. Gave him some gas. They got this now. We'll see if that's going to be enough gas in the tank for them to fire forwards onto Whistle, make it look like a map of their own home. As they mentioned, it's been a while since Fusion and Edge had played down on this map, and it's maybe a little bit of rust they've got to shake off, dust the cobwebs, and make sure that they are ready to come into this one against the roster that has been cooking throughout this season thus far. Yo, what's up? Just trying to hit. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's going on? Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, bro? I just realized why your name is Why Not. I don't know how I just realized it's Tony backwards. It's a rite of passage. I think a lot of people are going to be, excited to hear that. You might see me a lot in here now. All right, I'm down. Listen, Counter-Strike goes nightly Monday through Friday on stream, Sundays and Saturdays as well. I'm just not here. So 10:30 p.m. Eastern is, or I guess technically 10:45 p.m. Eastern is where we go live. So welcome on in, fresh blood. We're jumping into the final game of the night. I hope you're ready. Because I know I am. But I can't hear their game very well. It's pretty quiet game.
Alright, I'm going on the right.
Good comms. I go left, you go right. Cover all our tracks. Cover all of our bases. Okay. And hearing them firing off closer to Fox. Empathy has their cross and absolutely demolishes the first of the two of them, or rather the second of the two of them, pardon. Fusion was lucky to get across. And eventually, actually, losing out entirely. All right. That's one way to do it, I guess. There's the double kill. There's the clothesline from Empathy, ripping them into. And the M4A4 is in hand. They got money now. Charity round? We'll have to wait and see about that, because right now it seems like there may be some donating being done by any stakers on Fusion and Edge if we're not careful. Empathy now on a cross angle, maybe trying to get actually a little more active and integrated into this one, spotting them both now on either side of this map. The P250 actually, Edge does get into a pretty good spot to figure out Fox following Fusion's failure. But there goes Empathy versus Edge to end out. You like that alliteration, bro? Like 6 F's straight into a double E, or a triple E, pardon? That's what they call genius. back where I'm from. Ooh, the shift walking from Empathy, then getting to this position is like a timing thing where, what, the lag from Edge? That is one hell of a way to win. As the next of them is seen as well.
so
Yeah, I
bad.
did see that lag. That sucks.
Holy shit.
That really does suck.
I actually have never lagged so bad in my life. I'm playing League.
Money is looking hurt even after winning 2 rounds in a row.
Okay, epic.
And on the same position that she's been time and time again. Run over by Edge, who once more with that Mac 10 looks to be lethal. Stop tapping out, Empathy. Your game is going to lag and it's going to look like shit.
I thought I had that.
Dude, the fusion gif goes so hard.
Rare.
I love the Dragon Ball Z gifs, bro. I love when they come out.
Never seen before.
Mag 7 and Desert Eagle combo? That's certainly something. And Edge is not here this time. Instead, they're in mid. The Mag 7 finds the first of the two. I think that Edge is dinked. I think Edge is low. And their guns are crap, but they've made so much money, Fusion and Edge, in these last 2 rounds that after they do win or lose this round, they will be able to buy AK-47s and utility. So. My neck is destroyed for some reason tonight. But Fox literally just has to sneeze on this last player. Edge is the one who has to play objective. Edge is the one who has to plant. So let's keep that in mind right now, that they are entering Fox's territory.
Spot to hide. It's giving like so much anxiety. Shit.
There is a lot of anxiety, to be honest with you. But maybe now Fox will have picked the right play. 25 on the clock. Edge, more likely than not, has gotten to the bomb site. It should be a freebie as soon as they do cross paths. And dude, Edge is elevator musicking right now, bro. Can you make a play? You have a Mac 10. You're buying next round anyway. Get involved. Easy does it.
You just wallbang on the other side.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Dude, my neck is destroyed. This shit's hurting, bro. Get your mind out of the gutter.
The rare empathy Mac 7 worked perfectly.
Neck game strong is real, though. No, it's so true. All right, Empathy's not walking into that room any longer, at least not off the spawn. Finally, for the first time in a long time, head spotted and seen. Need to go on top of it, but this is honestly an easier angle for Fusion and Edge to play for, and I think Empathy didn't calm that. I think Empathy failed to communicate that was happening, if I'm not mistaken. And it might have just gotten Fox kind of killed. I don't mean to be that guy, but both of them, not really fully looking. The full spray just isn't there. Oh, 3-3 because of that now.
I'm getting like really horrible sprays.
This might be either way.
Like rejoin, but
I mean, can't you talk to Devin and say that you need to be joined?
I'm
gonna go on the left with you this time.
Haven't yet seen them make their change-up play. Clearly, it hasn't really been working, this position that Empathy has taken, but I mean, also typically it's Edge who's playing there and running it back after a little while's time to the same space. But where is Fusion got off to? Is he with her in this smoke? Are they playing on the other side of it? Hearts beating. And eventually, when it's gone, they're both going to be on Discovery. Fusion could have gone around the left side and they would have never known it. Empathy now, second guessing, not exactly no. Instead, locked fully in on their determination to clear through T-spawn. Interesting position to be on, as these are the same advice that she had given over to Edge, or excuse me, to Fox the last round. Just sit in the corner, listen up, and don't give yourself unnecessary anxieties. Because that bomb again needs to be tapped.
This game is so good. It's because you're walking against the wall.
My gosh. Molly thrown to wrap around it. She may well have just read the situation well, but I think she failed to hear that the player was tucked and dipped to the right, as now they've gotten on top of that bomb. The smoke is through, and here comes the stick maybe, because they've got 10 seconds to do it. Wrap by No shots being heard. And the clutch is just so damn close. Again, 92 and 5.
I actually.
Or 82 and 5. Oh my god, man.
If it happens one more time, I'm gonna ask the admin if I can rejoin.
Yeah, sure.
Hop in. Scoped up. Nade banked. Flash as well. A timing shot maybe, but honestly, truthfully, might just need to get out of dodge. No armor. She didn't invest in any armor.
What was in the building?
They just keep throwing nades onto this position, expecting them to waltz into it. Edge is throwing his. Fusion had as well, and now Fusion now being dead means that Empathy can engage a little bit closer to where Fox plays from. Easy done. 4-4, tie at the half. A little closer of a game than maybe most would have expected. I thought that this one would be a 9-5, 9-4. So that's already just about upon us. Not gonna lie. Okay. See how this pans out. Pistol rounds are super important in Counter-Strike. The most important rounds of each half, chat, easily, are the openings.
Let's walk till they get close.
So you need to have yourself 100% primed and prepped in order to win them out. Whistle on a knife's edge for both Fusion and Empathy squads. The duos now to lock horns maybe on the outer extremities of the train yard. Not yet, not quite dinked in. Easy headshot, but is the next shot going to be as simple is the only problem, because they only need to land the one. They don't need to get cute with it, but I think that I don't think that's the guy that they had dinked initially. There's one, and the next of them was hit as well. Fox double down. Double kill, clutch, up and in.
It's the same thing.
This should be the finish now. 9-5, 9-4 should be the expected result from this point. They've got rifles. They've got the finances in their favor.
Probably watching this.
Fusion and Edge now. Maybe walking up one of these two angles. They could have like a shotgun or something, but that's really it. Other than that, it'd just be pistols. Nobody home. Nobody around the bend.
Do you want to walk through here? Or through
through here.
Holding right.
And seeing now that he gets known to not be in the center of the site, Fusion and Edge should be a freebie, I think, for the plant at the very least. But their utility isn't looking that high.
Okay.
You say it's safe to plant, but it might not be as safe as you intend it to be. P250, oh yeah, that's not the same weapon that could be made for an easy round victory. There's 6. Snap back another skull for Fox. Double kill. Easy does it. Clean house. Not losing a single one of the two of them. Big win.
I'm gonna go in like the middle through here this time.
Honestly, don't play.
My get shit on sound effect didn't work. Oh, there it is.
What are you gonna use it for?
I don't know why it was so damn late. Using the same weapons they did last round, now Empathy and Fox, if they lose, can just buy again. That's the luxury that they now have, having found 2 consecutive victories. First player heard. Very deep in this bomb site already.
And there's one.
Good frag. Molly goes to the wall and don't get spammed. Don't get spammed. That flash goes wide. The CT, the one who's thrown it, and Fox now looking to play coverage. Well done.
I got out. I'm just playing bomb.
Now they get back out. You can play for this clutch right now, Empathy. You don't even need to do a damn thing when it's Fox who hits the deagle shot. Who was that doubting my prediction before? Who was that testing my metal that my 9-5 was a bad prediction? Come on, man. You gotta know me better than that. I have probably the highest prediction rate than anybody does.
Ran through.
Okay. Close to you, I think.
First kill onto a pistol player looking to save Fusion as the last of them. Just swing together. You know, again, your finances are just all that more wealthy than that of your opponent. The double kill. Get shit on. Farted on. Excavated. Another round.
Double push right or no?
Yeah, double push right.
1 round left. 1 round left. All they'll need to get across the line. Again, yet to reinvest, yet to be financed to a point where they can't buy. They are feeling good, feeling free, and they may have just secured themselves a victory. It's all about staying together right now for Fox, and Empathy is the name of this thus far. That's their game plan, and it's worked so many moments for them.
You can. I'm gonna go all the way around.
These CT wraps have been a pain for them to deal with. And they get back in now knowing that it's not going to be how they play out. It sounded like Edge had the first shot and still loses the fight. That is tough.
I held the same thing.
And another clutch round, another 1v2. And another one that I just find to be a little bit too far to bring back. Player spotted, 1 HP, and Empathy closes 9 to, what did I say?
9-4. Easy prediction.
They predicted it as well.
Second half. That was super weird.
Thankfully, the lag did end, as she mentioned. Alrighty, team. Congrats. Big wins. A little bit of lag. Definitely a benefit that it stopped at some point in that game, it looked like, at least. So, talk to me a little bit about that map as you saw it going down, that the tie at 4-4 had positioned yourself into a little bit of an awkward spot. Was it a game that you felt like you weren't hitting your shots? You were just warming up to the game, it felt like, maybe? Or what was the deal?
It was either we were warming up to the game, or they just hit some nice shots and converted the rounds after.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. It's like you get one round, you usually get the next.
Did you find that first half well enough played, or do you think it did come down to aim? Because I actually personally felt like it was a pretty good back and forth you guys were pulling from positionally.
I think it was pretty well played.
Other than the lag, that kind of sucked.
Yeah, Lucy was the one that was saying that she was lagging. I wasn't lagging too much first half. Second half, I started to lag a bit.
We saw the POV for a little bit there, where the MAC-10 was just getting the better of Empathy based on the fact that they were able to abuse a little bit of the lag that was going on for her. So, I mean, again, good thing that it fixed itself. But you guys really just suffocated them financially at that second half, too, it felt like. So, a really well done job of that and keeping them repressed and not letting them get into, like, cute little positions with pistols and things like that. So, congratulations to you. And again, vying for a high place in this season before you do have that trip to Europe. I think you're doing a great job. So, I hope to see you again real soon.
Yeah, thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Always, always, always. Well, thank you guys for joining me here on the 1v1 Me at Night for week 6, as we do have our last of the week to go for tomorrow on stream, starting at 10:45 p.m. Eastern. As always, it feels like. But until that point in time, my name has been Tony. Why not? If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Twitter at WhyNotCS2. But if not, then we will be catching each other maybe tomorrow night as well. I hope you have a good one.